Check me out now. Return of the smooth operator. Shotty on repeat. I say sleep later. This another favor. Consider me your neighbor. Lost a lot of fam in pursuit of the paper. She gon' catch the vapors when we slide by. The way I speak my mind, it's like I peak my prime, but I ain't close. I cruise through the night air. Fantasy a dream. Real world is a nightmare. Like Claire battling the brainless. Learn to live shameless. Talk about me alive, but claim that I'm nameless. You aimless. So I'ma style on them. They washed up. It's a rap. Throw the towel on them. Gaining miles on them. Otakus for the win. Tacos, it depend on the mood that I'm in. Like Finn when it's time for adventure. This some new blue. Get ready to enter my mind for a few. Come and take a ride with the crew. I'ma show you how to recoup days lost when you vibe with the blue. Come vibe with the blue. Yeah. About time to regroup. Fly, got my eyes on the view. Never hear lies, only truth. Realize why they vibe with the blue. 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 Vibe with the vibe with the sky. Wait, you know the rest. I'm blessed. I see you frontin' like you ain't impressed, but I still get requests. I'm playing Zelda on the GameCube. I quit spamming my music. Don't ever try forcing the links. That's a high rule. The wind waker, Mother Nature on my side too, controlling the elements. Go and check my avatar. I'm arrows ahead. Get the point. Moving forward, the battle scars accumulated over time are reminders of what I went through as a minor, but made me a grinder. The trees broke down, but it's loose leaf. If life's a game of death, I'm Bruce Lee. Ooh wee. Lose sleep on the regular, trying to get this word out. Then I crash nebula. Wish I had a very odd parent, maybe two, but it's cool. Everybody pays dues. Now it's time to make moves. Granny didn't raise me to lose. Think I'm in the mood for a cruise. Wanna ride? Come and vibe with the blue. Vibe with the blue. I'm vibe with the blue. Vibe with the blue. Come vibe with the. Check this out, y'all. I'm back spazzing like the elderly. Worth of my cousin Beverly. Never swear away from the truth. Just ask Heather. Be weather, be tripping. Starting to control like our destiny. Always give you the best of me until the death of me. My weaponry is a paintbrush. Hush, don't tell my secret. They get a hold of it. If you leak it, get it. It's cool. Got you covered though, look. But let me get back to that cool-ish, loose-ish. Why they still lying? They don't do this. Bad at board games. Whole world clueless. Selling they soul for Roof Chris. Who's this honored fella? Need a sliced extra mozzarella. Crew fly, let God propellers. Humanity born like they don't trust fun. Why you dodge the teller? You don't know, but my odds are better. Life's a gamble. Depending on who holding the cards. You can start living at large or it's bon voyage. Charge it to the game. Me and you ain't the same. I'm thinking bigger pictures. Why you still shrinking the frame? Ever blink in the rain? It helps when your eyes dry. Mob with the bright minds. Think you funny, wise guy? Midnight marauder with a new tribe. Tired of the fake. Come and vibe with the blue sky. Come vibe with the blue sky. Why do you try? We get them high. Take them high. What I do? Come vibe with the blue. Yeah. Come vibe with the blue. Ask what up? Vibe with the. Wise grass only greener when it's fertilized. Gave them truth in these songs, they prefer to lies. Destiny beautiful, adrift in her purple lies. You can't see me, you Stevie. Wondering how I reach more evolutions than Evie and make it look easy. Man, dream on, yeah. Stream on, Dreamweaver app. Dreamweaver.
What is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It's Blerd Without Fear. Got the homie Carter Presents with us today. We are here for Blerd Cave number 201, the first of the next 100 of Blerd Caves, which, by the way, is the #1 comic book news stream on this or any other Earth in the multiverse that you can listen to, not just here watching us live here on YouTube, which is every Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, but you can also catch us on Spotify. You can catch us on iHeartRadio, Amazon, Google, Apple, anywhere good podcast may be found. And if you do listen to us on any of those platforms, make sure you leave us a rating. Helps us find more listeners like yourself and expand Earth's mightiest listeners beyond plus ultra. Carter, we got a lot to talk about today. So before we do, though, how are you? Haven't talked to you much this week.
I'm still contemplating if I should get that Sam's Club card for $10.
I mean, that's a lot of Pop-Tarts, man.
Dog.
That's a lot of Pop-Tarts.
I'm thinking about this is gonna sound real stupid. I'm thinking about the oatmeal of it all. Because I really want some maple and brown sugar oatmeal.
That's a lot of oatmeal, man. Dude, you gonna be...
Dog. But I can eat it though.
he's like,
here's the thing.
I can do it. I can do it.
I need to do better with my funds. So I need to go make one. You know how you go and make that grocery run on Sunday? You got bags full of shit. Turn it right around the following Sunday or like another week. You got to do that same thing again.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather just make one good run and be good for like a month and a half.
I mean, I feel where you're coming from. I'm not hating on this, on this tactic. It's one of those things that I don't know if I actually told you about this. Like I said, we haven't talked much this week. But I went to the grocery store just this past Monday, just to pick up little shit. Not even a full grocery trip. Just to go to pick up some little shit to have in the house. Do you know how much that cost me, Carter?
What was that?
It was $152.
Well, see, yeah.
And I want to point out to you what it is I got. You went to
Kroger, didn't it?
Yeah, I actually did. I went to Kroger. And because we're in Memphis. The Krogers. The Krogers, you don't go to Kroger's. You go to the Krogers, even though there's like 8 of the motherfuckers in the city. Or the K Rogers, as the old folks say. But no, I went to go pick up body wash, a new loofah, toothpaste, toothbrush, the little flossy stick thingies. Yeah, those. What else did I get? I think I bought like maybe 1 or 2 other things. And when I got up to the thing and I started putting everything, on the self-checkout or whatever, I was like, wait, I actually called I don't normally push for assistance, but I actually pushed this. I called over. I said, ma'am, can you check this for me? Because I just want to make sure that did I scan something like 8 times? Did I scan the body wash 8 times? That's why it's like this?
Oh, so first of all, I'm gonna tell you how I know he lying. Number one, he didn't call for assistance because if he went to self-checkout,
they was coming regardless.
He didn't scan everything. He saw the price of that body wash and said, "Yeah, that's a little bit too much, but I still need to be clean. Let me get this Chew 5 gum real quick. I'm gonna get that and just we're gonna knock that body wash in that bag real quick." That's first thing. Second thing, you don't even need to be using body wash, my guy, with all the chemicals. This is the Dr. Squatch era.
They actually sent me an email a ways back asking if I would do like affiliate marketing for them, and I said no, but maybe I should have. Maybe.
I got a bar in the bathroom. You gotta go the route of how Chappelle was making fun of white people on Chappelle's show. So bad, but white folks don't use washcloth. Yes, yes. Because number one, it's a big ass bar of soap. It's a very big
I've
ass
seen
bar
them.
of
They're
soap.
like
ain't
this.
ain't no getting the little hand towel and just not that big ass bar of soap, dog.
You
You
just
get that
rubbing the
whole
bar.
bar and you going to town, bro.
You just scrubbing the bar upside your head, your body, your face. It look like, bruh. Yeah, nah, I haven't used it before, but I have seen how comically large those bars of soap are. It's ridiculous. It makes no sense. It honestly defies belief. But yeah, no, it's actually the other thing too is I didn't even, normally you don't even have to call the people over to assist you with self-checkout because a lot of the times they just come over anyway because you did something and the thing's like, you like, boop, and you put some bags, so you didn't put the item in the bag. Bitch, the shit is in the bag. And it's like...
I miss that because in California, you gonna have that issue a lot because they don't keep bags there. Because
you have to bring your own, don't you?
You have to pay for it.
Ooh, that's some Aldi shit. That's some Aldi shit right there.
It's Aldi, but that's for every store here.
Oh my God.
So what happens is a lot of the times when you go in to check out, they'll ask you, how many bags did you use? With the camera on your face, just basically saying, I wish you would lie and say you didn't use no damn bag. I saw 3. So
oh my God.
A lot of the times you have to go up to these folks and you have to ask them for a plastic bag. Unless you want to pay that like 60 cents for a bag. Because you can't really bring your own bag into the damn grocery store. That's how you get pepper spray, because you was stealing.
Oh my
So you
God.
got to pay for the bag unless you just finna have your body wash, your washcloth, your loofah, that big ass thing of grilled chicken you got from the cooking section that's hot as hell on your forearm. Unless you go walk all that to the car. Yeah, bro. I got to pay for the bag, big dog.
Oh no.
You
Yeah.
got to pay for the bag, big dog.
I still trip about the Aldi quarter. I don't know. Have you ever like
Yeah,
shopped
they had
at-
one in Jonesboro.
Okay,
I used to go there.
Yeah, we used to always have. I was laughing at my wife the other day because we went to this Mexican restaurant for my mother's birthday this week.
Yeah,
and they have like like candy jars sitting out.
Mm-hmm.
And on the candy jars, like it's not like a thing where you give like, oh hey, here's a quarter, here's a whatever. It's like, oh hey, just pay whatever, leave the money in. Like they have like a little jar, you put the money in and you just take the candy. It's like an honor system. Yeah. And so Cersei, being a typical 7-year-old, walked past the candy, wanted candy, and like I don't keep cash on me like ever. Mm-hmm. And my mother, she didn't have any cash on her at the time either, and neither did my wife. And the only thing my wife had on her was her Aldi quarter. And she looked at, she's like, you better know I love you. I'm spending my Aldi quarter on you.
You know what's so bad about that? You bringing up the Aldi quarter.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't seen a shopping cart in years, bro.
Oh damn! Oh yeah, I forgot. They don't have them in Cali anymore, do they?
All they got is the little hand joints. When you know damn well you finna go in there and get way more groceries than this little hand basket is gonna fit. Yeah. I ain't seen a shopping cart in ages in Cali, bro. Ooh Lord.
Yeah, no, that ain't. That ain't the way. That is in fact not the way. Yeah. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
One more, and I'm done, and we can get right to it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you something else I despise, Cali. You want to know why I was spending so much money on these exorbitant clothes, these nice little fancy $160 for a damn cable knit sweater in my closet? You want to know why? Because the clothing stores here fucking suck.
Oh.
There is no City Trends, even though I would never stop at City Trends. I slap shit out of you. You tell me I shop at City Trends. No City Gear, which had the better.
City Gear was where it was at.
Yeah, it was City Trends. City Trends was where people went because they thought they was at City Gear. That's number one. There's no Burt's, right?
Ooh,
you don't really
go
want
to
to
Burt's.
Dog. The stores here are terrible. Why are they terrible? Because you and me can't go shopping here. California is for motherfuckers that are built like the cone. That's what California clothing stores are for. Motherfuckers built like this comb in my hand. Y'all can't see it if y'all listening, but just grab a comb, turn that some bitch sideways. This is the male body type that California is for, dog. You got to go to Ross for everything. Ross, in my time back home, Ross was where you went if you was in a rush.
Yeah. Damn.
Now, Ross is where you go, period. I see Birdtown Music Group. These motherfuckers don't know what Burlington is. I know motherfuckers in Memphis that still call it Coat Factory. They don't know what Burlington is around here. It is Ross or bust.
Oh, damn.
Or you finna be shopping online, big dog. That's why all the shit I have is bought online.
This man.
I miss home.
No, I mean, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. I at least as far as like from a guy who moved away from Memphis for a year and quickly realized I had made a mistake.
Christopher Zeta, I just want you to know, you spelling it out like that, I sang the jingle in my head. I sang the little white woman City Trends jingle reading your comment because I still remember it, bro. But yeah.
Man, look, let's...
I miss Memphis, man. I miss Memphis.
Well, look, y'all, we got a jam-packed show. We're gonna be talking about a lot of stuff here. Give you the quick rundown. We're gonna be talking about the Marvels. We're gonna be talking about the Penguin. We are also gonna be talking a little bit about the Uncanny Spider-Man reveal from yesterday.
Yeah, that's gonna be it.
And we're gonna be talking about a certain Florida Republican who claims that he has read X-Men comics, that he has watched X-Men movies, but it's very obvious that they watched him. And we also got some news about Nicki Minaj in the spectrum of comic books, which yuck. It's going to be interesting. But first, let's, before we do any of that, we're going to talk about the Marvels first. But we are going to take a look at these super chats and these channel memberships that I got in front of me right this second. Because we do got a lot of goodness in front of us here. We got Cal Douglas coming in, blessing us with that Blerd Club Gold membership. We've also got Roy Bot 06 coming in with the 10. Says, need to highlight to my Tokusatsu fan friends, Super Sentai is alive in the 47th season of King Ogre.
Good Lord.
Please peep that chat.
No, 47 seasons. I'm not gonna start that.
That's the beauty. That's the beauty of Tokusatsu, though.
Oh, that's the Power Rangers one, right?
Yeah. That's Super Sentai is what Power Rangers came from. There is no continuity between each season. I mean, there is, but only in the sense that every once in a while they like have crossovers. But like each season is its own separate, treated like Super Sentai and Kamen Rider is like Final Fantasy. Each one is its own separate story. Doesn't have shit to do with the previous one.
Stupid question for the cave. What's the difference between Super Sentai and Tokusatsu? Because you confused the fuck out of me just then.
Okay, so Tokusatsu is the term for the type of show that Super Sentai and Kamen Rider, like Godzilla, is considered Tokusatsu.
Okay, it's just an all-encompassing. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Tokusatsu is just a blanket term for shows like Super Sentai and Kamen Rider. Tokusatsu is basically Japanese for, I believe it's translated special filming, which basically is any show or movie with a heavy emphasis on special effects.
Okay.
So basically any sci-fi like high special effects show is technically considered Tokusatsu, but when people say Tokusatsu, they specifically or rather they're typically referring to like Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, Ultraman, so on and so forth. But that's not a stupid question. That's actually a very good question because, you know, there's a lot of people who do not know that. We also got Roy Bott also coming in with the 18 months in the Blerd Club Gold Mine. Says, appreciate this great community. A good morning, all fellow nerds. Hey, we appreciate you right back. Also, gifting out that membership. Look at that right there. Gifting a membership to Agent 48, who, by the way, y'all don't know is that's the play cousin of Agent 47. Y'all better watch out. He will call Agent 47. Y'all will get got. Please believe that. We also got Gabriel the Dark Knight with that 1999 super chat. Says, happy Saturday, Ernie and Carter, starting the next century of Blerd Koa right. 1999 super chat is still going strong. Look, I love to see it. I had to do it again because he put it in there. We also got LJ Brown with that 28 months in Blerd Club Silver Mine. Says, Marvel's great trailer, snowflakes, tears, taste, sweet. Now, actually, some would even dare say too sweet. Let's see here. We have also got the homie Genko with the Blerd Club Gold in here. And man, we also, dude, Roy Bot is out here blessing him today. Just bless him. He handing out yet another membership, gifting it out to the Urban Prince of Strong Style. We appreciate you on that one. And then we also got Gokon Sure His Baby's Father with the $2, says Black Hermione, let's go. I know what that's talking about. That's talking about the for those who don't know,
oh Lord,
the Harry Potter franchise is getting rebooted in the form of a TV series on what is now called HBO Max, but by the time this comes out, it'll just be Max.
Yeah.
The show is said to have a more diverse cast than the movies did. Which, and for those who don't know, I think what was it called? I think it was a play or screenplay or whatever that came out after the movies called Harry Potter. Was it The Cursed Child or something of that nature? Where the woman who played Hermione was black, and it's very likely they'll probably have a black person play Hermione on the show. Most likely, you never know. Who knows? They may even make some changes because there have been some rumors that there'll be alterations to some things that, you know, probably in retrospect probably would have worked better. We'll just have to wait and see. But
well, y'all for to turn J.K. Rowling into an angry motherfucker the way y'all are changing that story around. That bitch is gonna be the new Alan Moore, right? She's going to people.
I don't.
But it's for
go ahead. Yeah.
No, but I was gonna say just. Because he hates how his stories have been taken and turned from Watchmen and what have you. Y'all finna do the same thing to J.K. Rowling. We finna see this crazy bitch walking around somewhere getting an interview with some long ass wizard beard or something.
Well, no, she's involved in it.
Property.
She's actually overseeing it. Yeah, she's actually overseeing it. But some of the things I don't remember specifically about Hermione being black, but like I remember. When it was announced that a black woman was going to be playing Hermione in the play, she didn't seem to have a problem with it. She didn't seem to have an issue with it at all. And to be fair, the way Hermione is described in some aspects of the book, like at least initially, she does kind of seem like maybe she would be a black character, but it's been a while since I've read the first book, so don't get me started on that. People are more focused on calling out Max for making the show in the first place. But it's one of those things is like, how are we going to be mad at these folks for trying to make money? I get it. I totally get it, but I'm more surprised
you said she's going to be helping out with the show. Either she's
supposed to be an executive producer.
Either she wants a more closer take on the book she wrote, or
she wants to change some things. Some things. There's some things that she said that she didn't put in the books originally that she wishes she, like, case in point, for those who've, spoilers for these books that are very old now. She thought that Ron and Hermione being together in the end was a mistake. With the benefit of hindsight, she said she felt Harry and Hermione should have been the ones that hooked up, not Ron and Hermione. She's also said that I think she kind of in retrospect made Dumbledore gay but like after the fact, she was like, no, actually, I originally intended for him to be a homosexual character, but I just never made it explicitly clear in the books or whatever.
In her
yeah. Well, I mean, they did have a moment. They did have a moment.
I'm pretty sure you had several moments with several women in high school, big dog, but you still married Cynthia. Ugh.
I mean, yeah, well, of course, yeah. I'm smart. But neither here nor there. This is not the J.K. Rowling Memorial Podcast. I'm going to move on along because I don't want to upset anyone. Ryan Allison with 21 months in the Blerd Club Goldmine says, I haven't seen you in a while, but I'm loving the content. Hey, we appreciate you and thank you for coming back and hanging out with us. Thank you for coming back and hanging out with us. Also appreciate the 21 months because that's a long time. Let's see here. I think we are caught up. Behold Films. They said right here. I think Riley said she was black in an interview. Yeah, there you go. It's kind of, you know what it is? Did you ever watch Hunger Games, Carter? Did you ever watch or read Hunger Games? So there was a character in Hunger Games that everybody was upset was black. I believe her name was Rue. Or Prue, or it was some, I forget the girl's name, but
okay, because you just named two. You just went from Euphoria to Charmed just there.
Well, no. So the here, I'm pulling it up. It was whoever the character was. It was who Amandla Stenberg played in the movies. I don't remember the character's name that she played because I did not commit a lot of Hunger Games to memory except for this. But let's see. Yeah, her name was Rue. There you go. I was right. Rue. Everyone got mad that Amandla Stenberg was playing the character because they were like, no, she's supposed to be white. But like, if you go back and read the books, like it's not made explicitly clear that she is not white. But there are certain things that if you are a person of color, if you look for the coded language, you can kind of be like, she can honestly be whatever color she wanted to be, but it was pretty obvious that she may or may not have been white. It was
movie
there you go.
It came out at the time where every book series wanted to be a movie, and I'm just like, okay.
Remember Divergent? You remember Divergent, Carter?
I remember
nobody else does. Nobody else does. Nobody else does. Thank you. That was all that was. That was all that was for. That was all that was for. Just to set that joke up. I'm a terrible person. Anyway, speaking of terrible people, all the terrible people that hate the Marvels trailer, man, y'all are giving me life. Oh man, it was so beautiful. It was such a beautiful thing. I loved it. I loved it.
Is this whole segment just gonna be you? I could just go ahead and say what I want to say about it real quick, real fast.
Oh, you do what you got to do, man.
And I'm gonna leave it all to you. Speaking as somebody who did not watch Captain Marvel, and watched bits and pieces of Miss Marvel, this trailer looked fun to me, dog.
Okay, so I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that, Carter. I'm very happy you said that because here's the thing. Here's the thing, Carter. Here's the thing. You want to know the thing, Carter? Here's the thing. So, the Marvels. Everyone, I kept seeing so many people talk about how, oh man, this trailer looks mid. Oh, this trailer looks boring. This movie's gonna suck. It looks like it's just stupid. Here's the thing, and this is something I've actually said about some of the Captain Marvel comics. When people talk about, oh, the Captain Marvel comics are trash. Here's the thing. They're just fun. They're not. Are you supposed to take away from any of this like some greater overarching narrative across the Marvel Comics universe? And this is something I kind of feel is like a huge issue with the MCU, and not something that's Marvel's doing, but like fans doing. I think a lot of times we expect everything to be so hyper connected that we want things to be too fucking connected. It's like sometimes I just want to have fun. I just want to sit back, have a good ass time, laugh, watch some cool action sequences. Because at the end of the day, let's be real here. Those movies aren't made for me. They're not made with a grown ass 40-year-old man in mind. those movies are made with young women in mind. And just speaking from my own and once again, I will admit my evidence is anecdotal as all get out. But every woman in my life, whether it is my wife, my mother, my child, and I guess even technically, prior to my stepson coming out as a trans man or whatever, back then, before then, they liked it too. Pretty much every woman that I have interacted with in any way, whether it was as a friend, coworker, or just a passing acquaintance. I don't really know anyone personal that is a woman that doesn't like that movie. Because it ticks the boxes that I presume women are more interested in. So if you're like a Cheeto fingered dude, or if you're like, some 40, it's kind of like, we were talking about the Ms. Marvel TV show. That show is not made for 40-year-olds. It's made to appeal to a younger audience. Mm-hmm. So if you find yourself as an older person not enjoying it, that's probably by design. I mean, it's because it's meant to attract a certain group of people. But Carter, you raised your hand as if you had something to say.
Because I was going to say something else for another comment. Mm-hmm. And then Mr. January 16th said something that was just egregious.
Uh-oh.
The trailer looked fun, but Thor Love and Thunder trailers looked fun too. Lies. Lies my friends tell. Okay? You can tell what Taika Waititi was doing with that movie from a mile away. Now,
yes.
Miss Marvel, just like the Marvels, it looks fun. It looks cute. But what I wanted to actually comment on was something that somebody said in the Nerd 901 Discord. And I just saw someone say it in chat here. Trip08201 said he's crossing his fingers for Blue Marvel to be in it. I don't want you to take this as a negative, but okay. I don't want Blue Marvel nowhere near this movie. Okay.
I mean, I will agree in so much that, I don't necessarily, because here's the thing. I'm going to ask you a question because I know some people would be like, what? Blerd doesn't want to see Blue Marvel? What? See, I told y'all Blerd ain't out here for his own people, because I've had people say that to me about certain shit. Here's the thing. What would you rather have? Would you rather have Blue Marvel in a movie where he has more time to be treated properly? Or would you rather have him show up for like 2 seconds or even be like in the movie for like 15 minutes, but just not really getting any love? That is something I don't want to see. I don't want to see that. I would rather see the former, not the latter.
Like, let Charlie's Angels have their time. Let these three sisters do their movie. Let Blue Marvel. Because here's the thing. Mm-hmm. If you put, and this is just how I feel about it. If you put Blue Marvel in this movie, mm-hmm. that's all motherfuckers are going to talk about.
Yeah, pretty much.
So
pretty much
let Blue Marvel have his own thing. At the bare minimum, give him an after credit.
Yeah, I was gonna say if they made like a reference to him at some point during the movie, or like had him as like a post credit thing, I'd be perfectly fine with that. But I don't want to see Blue Marvel trying to fight for space in this movie where there's already 2 guest stars. Like, yeah, if you do a Marvels, like if you do like the next one, it's like the Marvels, 2 or whatever, then you can do it. But like right now, let these women have their time for a little bit. Just let them have their time. Please, thank you. I know. It's the MCU. I know. I've heard it all before. It's the MCU. Everything's female now. Yeah, it's okay. That's not really the case, but sure. Whatever you say. For a while, it was the MHU for the longest time because it wasn't nothing but dudes. It was a sausage fest. Only woman character in the franchise was Black Widow for the longest.
You said it like, never mind. I'm not
I
gonna
mean, did I stop me when I'm telling lies? Stop me when I'm telling lies. Because for a while it was just Black Widow, and then occasionally Scarlet Witch. That was it. You can say Maria Hill if you want, but if you say that, I'm gonna laugh at you.
I wouldn't say that. No way. You know, I can't stand that fucking character. And I'm not talking about the movies. I'm not talking about Kobe Smothers. I'm just talking about period. Just from every book I done read with that white woman in it, she makes me sick. My hatred for her is way more than the fucking Amanda Waller. Oh God.
Oh damn. Look,
but
so side note, Carter hates women in positions of power. I'm joking. I'm fucking with you, dude. Anyway, carrying on. Here's the thing. Yes, this trailer, it just looks like fun. It looks like fun. I see this and I see fun. I see a good time for everyone to have. I see nothing but sunshine, rainbows, and puppy dogs and unicorns and just good feelings. All the good things in life that are happening to these characters, even though in some cases it's bad. But yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. It looks like a lot of fun. I will say this. I do find it interesting, Carter, that Monica Rambeau has not learned her lesson from WandaVision.
I couldn't tell when this took place. That was going to be the first. It takes
place in the present. It takes place in the present.
Got you.
So basically, when this happens, by the time this movie comes out, which I'm double checking myself here, was going to be November. Secret Invasion, which also takes place in the present, will have probably already ended. So we are looking at what is very likely a post attempted Skrull invasion universe is what we're looking at here. But no, what I mean here is that Monica Rambeau has not learned her lesson. Carter, do you remember what happened to Monica Rambeau in WandaVision, right?
Yes, I do.
How she was touching weird, powerful light rays and walls and whatnot. She's doing the same thing in this trailer, like she forgot what happened the last time. Now, granted, the last time she got superpowers, so maybe that's why she did it. But like in this trailer, like she's in space and we see her, she is approaching this mysterious wall and touches it and gets blasted into somewhere else. Because the whole point of the movie is that something is going on with both Monica Rambeau, Carol Danvers, Kamala Khan. Every time they use their powers, they switch bodies. And yeah, I find it interesting. I do like that, we see Monica using her powers a little bit more in this trailer, kind of as a show that they're not, well, we don't really know yet, but like, it seems like a statement of intent that, that maybe she won't be completely depowered as some characters tend to be in the MCU, by comparison. Go ahead.
Hollywood, y'all got to come up with a better way for shenanigans to start in these movies, as opposed to people touching shit everyone knows they ain't got no business touching. Right, bro? I got to come up with something else.
Well, it's like a horror movie. It's like a horror movie. If they don't go in the house, if they don't go in the house, there's no movie. Like it's like if they leave the house, there's no movie. I mean, yeah, sometimes you can get around that.
Y'all need to come up with a new way for shit to pop off. Because I'm happy you said horror movies. The first thing that popped into my head was like Evil Dead remake, because Rise is coming out in like a couple weeks. This goofy ass white dude sees this weird demonic ass book. I'm gonna read it, bruh. This sister in space sees some shit that looks weird. I'm gonna touch it. I just need y'all to come up with a better way for shenanigans to start.
But I'm not gonna lie, if he didn't read the book, I'd have been mad.
I was mad
That's
when he read, but I was happy that he was one of the ones who caught it, because that's what your ass get.
Well, but that's the thing though. When I watch a horror movie, I want people to make dumb decisions, because that is how you get to, especially when it's characters that aren't even particularly likable anyway. Yeah, I want to see them do dumb stuff because I want to see them get murked. But you know, another thing I actually do want to see, and I just want to put this out here because you know, this is such an amazing thing. But I see we only got 83 likes, and we got 252 people in here. We need to change that, y'all. We got to change it, y'all. Please, please. Y'all didn't know that was where I was going, did you? You didn't. I got you. Yeah, please, thank you. Can we get these likes up, please, and thank you. For you know, for the good of all, can we please get those likes up?
Here's a really quick question for you. So, Secret Invasion was confirmed to be in the present.
Yes, it was. It takes place in the present. That was actually confirmed after the last trailer came out. Takes place in present day MCU. Does not take place during the blip. Does not take place in the 90s or the 80s or the 50s or the 40s or in the far-flung future. It takes place in the right here and now.
Frank Gleason III saying, especially black people, they know we don't do that. They got her touching stuff like we do that. We don't do that. I'm gonna tell you right now. You can't say he's wrong.
No.
How many of us that are black people? Matter of fact, no, it's not even a color thing. Let's bring it to a male perspective, since that's all we can speak on right now. Growing up, and you the only one, let's say, downstairs, and it's time to go upstairs, but your folks tell you to make sure you cut the light off. Every man that watching, listening, done hit that light and hauled ass to your room.
Look,
don't say, if we hear a noise, we running fast. By God, what was that noise in the kitchen? We don't know, because we already upstairs. Something is in the house when we cut the light off.
Oh no, there's a reason. Did you ever see that horror movie Lights Out? That was one like when you So there's a reason why the movie's kind of dumb, but there's a reason why the scares in that movie are so effective, because we've all like been in that situation where we cut the lights out and we thought we saw something far away, and we cut the lights back on and there's nothing there, and then you cut the lights back off and it seems like whatever it was you thought you saw is closer. There's a reason why that works. It's because it's a shared experience. But no, it's one of those deals where I'm okay with that. I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna sound very dismissive coming from me, but when it comes to shit like this, I'm just like, whatever. I just go with it. My suspension of disbelief is pretty easy to work with, unless you do some especially dumb shit. But the thing that came out of this trailer, like some little details that came out about this trailer that I did want to point out.
Yeah.
For one, we get a glimpse of Captain Marvel's new costume. Now, of course, over the course of this trailer, we do see her rocking a fit that is very it's very similar to what she had in the first movie, albeit with some alterations and changes. We see right here she's rocking this fit. This is actually a shot from the trailer, but also was from the season finale of Ms. Marvel.
Okay.
But what we also get is a shot later. You see this part in the middle. We actually see her get a new costume at some point. And this costume is, and here I'm going to zoom this out just a little bit, just so you can see a little bit better.
I try to piss the Marvel fans out. Lord.
Well, no, this is, so for those who don't know, on the left and the right is Genus and Phyla Vel. So the costume that she's wearing, I've seen a lot of people say that it was Phyla. It is technically like the overall design is actually more Genus Vel than Phyla Vel, but you know, just by virtue that the star of Hala on her chest is gold as opposed to white. But you get the rough idea of it. You get the rough idea of it. Like, so yeah, I like this little attention to detail. Not to mention the hairstyle she's rocking is very similar to one that Phyla-Vell was rocking not that long ago in the comics. Just minus her hair being white. Because Phyla-Vell's hair is typically white. That said, we got another little interesting tidbit. There was a new character that was introduced. And everybody was clamoring to figure out who she was. For those that don't know, the character is played by actress Zawe Ashton, who I am not terribly familiar with as an actress. I only really knew, I didn't first learn about her until it was whenever Tom Hiddleston and her got married. That was when, cause I was like, damn, Tom Hiddleston, he getting him a sister. Okay, let's go. But and then I was like, oh, she's an actress. Cool. And then I looked up, I was like, oh, she's not in anything that I've seen. At least not by my recollection. But she pops up in this trailer as what appears to be an accuser. She's got the universal weapon in her hands, which is what Ronan the Accuser uses. Very same hammer.
You know how many, I saw several people cussing.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is the MCU for real. Bring that picture back up. Bring that picture back up.
Yeah.
This is the MCU for real. They done turned Ronan the Accused into a damn woman.
So you know what? So Carter, it's funny you said that. It's funny you said that because in a roundabout way, they kind of did. So the funny thing about this was, now, for those of you who've seen my trailer reaction to this, I was under the impression, like my hypothesis was that this character was going to wind up very likely being Hala, the Accuser. I thought this was going to be Hala the Accuser. I'm going to pull up this image just so y'all can kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about here. But this character right here, that's who I thought she was going to be. I thought she was Hala the Accuser. A character that popped up during the Secret Wars event, and then actually popped up later in the main Marvel continuity, but has not been used since then. But as it turns out, that is not the case, Carter. Do you know who she actually is, Carter?
I'm going to let you finish because what I'm going to say is going to make you really mad.
Oh, Lord. Anyway. So her character is actually a gender swapped character. She is actually playing this character, Darneb, who is a throwaway Silver Surfer villain. This is a throwaway silver, and I'm not being facetious when I say that. Darneb made his first appearance in Silver Surfer Volume 3, number 53 in 1991, and he has only appeared in one other comic. I think it was an Avengers comic. I think 300 something, 391 maybe. I'm just picking a number out of the ether. I know it's in the upper 300s, but this character is literally a character that's only appeared twice. And the last time we saw him, I think, is when he dies. So, but he is a Kree. He's a Kree dignitary or something, something or other. But he's not an accuser in the comics. But for whatever reason, in this iteration, they are making Darneb an accuser. I saw some people thinking that this was going to be L'Oreal. Who
the shampoo?
No, the Captain Marvel's sister. See, this is how I know. Yeah, since Carter does not read Captain Marvel comics, I will inform him. L'Oreal is
Isn't she new?
She is very new. As of a couple of, I think she popped up in the last year. During when was Al Ewing's Empire? When did Al Ewing come up with Empire? Because that was when it happened. That was ultimately when that occurred.
I'm still laughing at people like saying this was the MCU because they have gender swapped Ronan the Accuser. The reason I said it was to go make you mad was because when I saw this comment on Twitter, they said, "What do you?" This one dude was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Like they said, "No, I'm gonna show you." He was already. They already had Ronan in a movie. The picture he pulled up was Malekith from Thor: The Dark World.
See, stop. 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 But no, for those who did not know, this is L'Oreal.
Okay.
She's actually blue, like Kree tend to be. But yeah, she is actually an accuser, which is why I think a lot of people went in that direction. But yeah, that is not the case. But I don't know. Me personally, I don't care, because I feel like this could potentially be an Arthur Harrow situation where, those who know I'm talking about, in Moon Knight, we had Ethan Hawke play Arthur Harrow, who was in fact a character from the comics who only appeared in one comic ever and was killed off immediately in that same comic. Yep. And yet he was turned into a compelling villain. So
I don't know. Like, I don't read Captain Marvel. I don't know who the sister is, but that does not. I don't give a shit either way. This movie still looks fun.
Well, no, see, that's exactly like, okay, I'm gonna show you the precise moment where I was like, okay, this is gonna be hilarious.
I wonder if it's gonna be the same moment I saw, because this is what made me just go like, okay, this is cute.
So here, I'm pulling it up right now. Here, this shot right here, where Ms. Marvel, yep. and like her. She's like, way she freaked out. I bust out laughing. Dude, I saw that. I was like, bro, let's go. I don't care what else happens.
Seeing that and using the card on Marvel Snap, the first time it did it when I tried to put a card over there.
Yeah.
And like, then her reaction, I bust out laughing. I was like, okay, this is cute, bro.
I mean, I like this. I like this. It looks awesome. It also looks like we're gonna get a couple of different costume changes for because there's a shot. There's a shot in this, and I'm pulling it up now. There's a shot in the trailer where, because like I think earlier in the trailer we see Monica Rambeau wearing one version of her costume. Like we see her in this fit right here. But then when we come back to one of the shots towards the end, we see, this is where we see her, Carol, and Kamala in like completely different costumes than what we see him in the prior parts of the movie. So we're definitely gonna get some costume upgrades. I'm here for it. Love to see it. Give me all of it. Give me all of it. I want all of it. But yeah, I like, to the surprise of no one, I'm excited to see this movie. So there you go. I think it's gonna be good, fun, and probably what people want more from Marvel movies, and not feel like they have to watch every movie in order to get what's going on. I feel like this could potentially be one of those movies. But yeah, hey.
You know what'll be funny?
Yeah.
It'll be really funny if you'll have like people who try to write this film off, but then something huge happens, and so you got to watch it.
So you mean like what happened with Ms. Marvel?
Dog, that would be so like, don't save it for no after credit scene. Just put it right there.
Put it in the movie. In the middle of the movie. Like put you know what? Be petty. Put that shit like right at towards the end of Act 2, the beginning of Act 3, just to fuck with folks. Yeah. Also, you know what I love about this trailer, Carter? I don't know if you caught this. This is actually my favorite part of the trailer, other than seeing Goose send those Kree soldiers to the Shadow Realm. The literal Shadow Realm. So, Carter, do you remember the discourse around the original Captain Marvel movie when the trailers for it first came out? Do you remember the thing people kept complaining about?
Refresh my memory.
So, the thing people complained about was that Captain Marvel didn't smile.
This is the first I've heard that.
No, this was a huge deal. I'll put it to you like this, Carter. It was such a huge deal that Brie Larson responded to it. Gail Simone even kind of blew up a tweet where she pointed out that the Punisher doesn't smile, and then someone was like, "Well, no." And hear me out. Gail Simone, who is a known comics writer, she was just saying it just to be funny, but then some troll in her comments was like, "See, well, you wouldn't know because you don't know anything about the Punisher." And then she actually showed a picture of her bookcase that had a trade paperback of Punisher. One
that don't mean she read it.
No. One specifically that she wrote.
It's just funny that Gail Simone came from writing Batgirl just shit on Marvel dorks. That's
she was like, here, let me.
She didn't came from across the fence.
just to dunk on him. And look, she like you know what she did? She did like
ridiculous,
she did the Prince dunk. Like she just hung on to the rim and then let go of it. It was just floating in the air, just like.
That's ridiculous. Y'all are wild, bro.
But no,
y'all are a mess, bro.
But no, people were constantly criticizing the trailer because in the trailer, Brie Larson does not smile. And they're like, well, she needs to smile more. She needs to smile. And it got to the point people started photoshopping smiles on her face.
That is terrible. That is frightening.
Yeah. Yes, it is. But the funny thing was, and this is why I love Brie Larson. So she started photoshopping images of her MCU co-stars. And one specifically she did a Captain America.
That's so nasty.
I can't find it. She did one of Iron Man as well with about the same goofy ass looking smile, but on the Iron Man 3 poster.
Y'all are nasty. Y'all are so nasty.
But did you notice the first? So I'm sure you probably noticed the song that they played in the trailer, right? It was Beastie Boys, Intergalactic, Planetary.
Okay.
The first line of that song, Carter, do you know what it is?
Not off the top of my head.
Don't you tell me to smile.
No shit.
And that's the first line you hear of that song in this trailer is, don't you tell me to smile.
You know how, so just music pause real quick.
Go ahead.
I can't tell you how many times I've heard that song and never knew the name of it.
Wow. See,
I will immediately know it when I hear it, but I never knew the name.
See, the funny thing was, I didn't appreciate that song when it originally came out. When it originally came out, I did not like that song. It was a song that grew on me. You know how it is when some of you may know what we're talking about here, but like when you are a kid, sometimes there's certain songs, certain things, well, not just music, just movies, TV shows, whatever. When you were like a kid or a teenager, you probably didn't like it then, but as you got older, you either A, heard it enough that it just kind of grew on you, or B, your taste in whatever changed enough to where like you're like, oh, actually, I do like this.
Like that Rick Astley song. You and I both have had conversations where, man, the older we got, never gonna give you up kind of slaps.
Here's the thing though. For me, I love that song even when I was a kid. I just love it even more now. I'm just glad everybody else does. Like, look, because never gonna give. Dude, that shit hits.
But yeah, for them to put that song in there, for that to be the first line people hear, that's petty. That's petty, but I love it. I love it.
That's She-Hulk levels of petty. That, like when She-Hulk took all the actual comments from Instagram and Twitter and put them on and put them in the show, and folks got mad because they felt called out, and you should.
Before we leave this
go
subject,
ahead.
One thing I have to ask you.
Go ahead, shoot.
What the fuck fuck is that cat, bro?
It's a flurkin. Talking about
First
Goose?
of all, don't you ever call me some shit like that again. I'm talking about Goose. What the fuck is the tentacle monster kitten, bro?
No, that's what I'm saying. That's the name of what he is. He's a flurkin.
Isn't that the swear that Rocket uses in the comics?
That's Farkin. Or Flarkin. It's Flarkin.
Okay.
Flarkin.
Gotcha.
Or whatever.
Okay.
And actually, the Flarkin is actually commonly used by most cosmic characters in place of the F-bomb. But no, yeah, he's a flurkin. Goose is in the comics. His name is Chewie, but in the movies, his name is Goose. Because I guess that made more sense. Well, I think it made more sense because Captain Marvel, she's a fighter pilot, and Goose, Top Gun makes more sense, I guess. In the comics, he's named Chewie after Chewbacca, but I'm pretty sure they probably changed it for multiple reasons. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, in the comics, it's the same. Like, tentacles come out and it's crazy. Because apparently, Goose, when he does that, he has a pocket dimension inside of him. And that's where they go. He's literally sending them to the shadow realm.
It's a nasty version of Cloak. Ugh.
Yeah, actually, yeah. He's like a scarier version of Cloak. Let's see here. Let's jump into I want to see what we got here. Let's see what we got here. Oh man, look, we got one here from the homie Poe Archery Media coming through. Man, that's what I'm talking about here. Let's talk about it. We got the homie Poe Archery Media here with the 31 months. Says huge belated congrats on reaching 200 episodes. Thank you for that 31 months in the Blerd Club. Silver mine, my guy. And then let's see. I'm going back to make sure I don't. I'm going back to make sure I don't miss anything because I don't want to be like I think it was the previous week where I missed one. I missed one and it was a while before I actually came around to see it.
That cat's like something from a John Carpenter movie.
Yeah, no, dude, Goose is amazing. Okay, so here's the deal. Let's see here. Here it is. Bam. Okay, so there are some I missed. They were a little bit further back. And I'm glad I looked. We got JD. We got JD here with the $5. Says fandom is not a monolith, bros. One can say that the trailer was meh, but also really liked the characters involved. Too early to assess, but looks okay. Well, no, here's the thing. What I'm talking about is the dislike campaign that happened with the trailer. And yes, people have come to me and said, oh, it looks blah, it looks meh, it looks mid, it looks dumb, it looks stupid, it doesn't look like it's going to be fun. That said, I can make fun of people for having bad opinions. I have a good opinion. People can make fun of me for that. It's a free country. We can say whatever we want. The moment we start policing everything people say, that if someone's saying something that's incredibly racist, misogynist, sexist, homophobic, transphobic, whatever, yeah, sure, go ahead, police away. But when people criticize other people's opinions, I think we need to calm down. But that said, I can look at this trailer and say it looks fun. I personally think it's going to be a good time. And I'm perfectly okay with that. We also got Nick D with the 1999 super chat. Says, people who say MCU strike me as people who weren't hugged enough by their moms. I agree, because here's the thing. People say MCU because they're like, oh, they're just trying to force all these female movies down our throats. But here's the thing. How many female movies have we had? How many female-led superhero movies we had? Captain Marvel, Black Widow. That's it. And I mean, now we have the Marvels coming up. We had the Ms. Marvel TV show, the She-Hulk TV show. There was WandaVision, but at the same time,
we're just talking Marvel. Okay.
Yeah, So the term MCU, that's what they're talking about. It's it's meant to be a pejorative. It's a way that people try and criticize the MCU for being too female focused. But here's the thing: I named. Let's see. Let's keep a running tab, Carter. Captain Marvel, The Marvels, Black Widow, She-Hulk, Ms. Marvel. Those are the projects we have that are either out or about to be out. Technically, we could throw in Echo. That'll make 6. That's 6 projects. 6 projects. 3 movies, 3 TV shows that have been... Oh, and I guess 7. We'll make it 7 because, yeah, I forgot about WandaVision again. That's 7 projects. 3 movies, 4 TV shows. And yet, in that time frame, we have had yet another Thor movie. We've had a Spider-Man movie. We've had a Hawkeye TV show. We've had a Moon Knight TV show. And if you really want to be technical, you go back to WandaVision. That show was focused on both Wanda and Vision. And yes, they have introduced new female characters, but I don't see the problem with that because they've also introduced new male characters. Hell, we have a freaking Thunderbolts movie with a mostly male cast. We got a new Captain America coming out, which is also going to have a largely male cast with the exception of maybe a couple of characters. I just think it's funny. I think it's funny, and I think people really tell on themselves when they get mad about female representation in anything. It's like, dude, get over yourself.
Real quick, with you bringing up Hawkeye, did you see his interview with Jimmy Kimmel?
I have not watched it yet because I heard it was heartbreaking, and I did not want to cry that day.
It's heartbreaking. It's self-deprecating humor because he is all smiles when he's talking about stuff. It's just when you hear what happened, it is wild, brother.
I'll have to give it a look. I was worried because like I saw Jeremy Renner was trending, and then I got scared. I got scared because I was like, oh, please don't tell me he like something happened and
he walked out. He's using a cane, but he walked out all smiles.
I mean, I appreciate it if that is his attitude, like that he's like just taking it in stride and he can look back on it, and that is
it. Yeah, it's something you and I would appreciate with no pun intended, with the dark humor of it.
Yeah,
but. Like there, you could tell like the Caucasians in the crowd was just like, "Oh my god!" Like he's sitting there and he's talking about. So all together, and this is the only part I'll tell you from it, so you can watch it yourself. But apparently they counted, and all together he had 34 breaks over everything.
Jesus!
And every time they thought that he was good, and when they were looking him up, and they would find another break.
God damn!
Yeah. So. But now you hear that and you're like, holy shit! But then the way he's describing it, just like, yeah,
like it's like it was Tuesday. He's treated like it was Tuesday. Man, that dude, fucking legend, legend.
What happened to Jamie Foxx? So apparently, because I didn't know,
did he have a stroke?
Yeah, they say he had a stroke.
Yeah, he had a stroke, I believe. Yeah. Which that was also yet another thing. I was like, dude, I was not prepared for this. I'm not. Please, I was like, please don't take Jamie Foxx. Don't take Jamie Foxx. Don't take Jeremy Renner. Don't take any of these folks. Can we all just stay here forever? Well, not all of us. Some of y'all got to go, but yeah.
Yeah, the Jamie Foxx stuff was real unpredictable.
Yeah, I didn't because you know what happened. Maybe it's because of the Lance Reddick situation. Because before Lance Reddick passed, they had the John Wick premiere, and he didn't show up for it. Yeah. Now, granted, everybody knew he wasn't going to show up because he said he wasn't coming. But, it was still kind of a last-minute thing when it happened. And then, shortly after that, boom, he's dead. And it's like, whoa, whoa. And then like I was reading some stuff online where they were saying people said that they saw him online playing Destiny like a couple of days before he passed.
They posted that video. Yeah, I saw that.
And it was, they were like, they said like he was literally like just they said like he looked like based on like the achievements or whatever that he had, that like you could tell he was like trying to finish out the most recent DLC for the game. And I was like, bro, and I was thinking, kind of blew my mind because I was like, I knew Lance Reddick was like, yeah, of course, obviously he plays one of the most iconic characters in the entire series. Of course, he has the game, but I was like, I didn't realize he played it like that. And learning all this stuff, I was just like, oh my god. And then just boom, he's dead. And it's like, oh god. I was like, man, please don't let that be Jamie Foxx, man. That would mess with my head a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, that would mess with my head a little bit. And then here's one. This one's actually more for you, Carter. We got one here from LJ Brown with the 5 pounds. Says, Carter, I forgot you didn't see Captain Marvel. Yeah, Goose went wild in the first movie.
Only thing I know about Goose from the first film is he's the reason that Fury's eye is messed up, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Scratch his
that's
eye.
all I know.
Yeah. You're like, wow.
That's not what I'm laughing at. He caught it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I will give Robo props because he's the only one who caught it.
Oh, what happened? Oh, this man. Oh, I gotta see now. I gotta see. Oh, I see it now. I'll give
it.
Oh, actually, not here. Wait, with the word as a hold up. Don't let Carter slide with unpredictable. I didn't even catch it at first till he said something. Oh, we also got Gokhan Shuri's baby's father. Says, hey, Blerd, does Kamala's new suit look like that new one they gave her in the comics? You know, the one with a mind of its own? A little bit. Bit. Okay, so because I forget, you don't read, you stopped reading Miss Marvel after
man, I stopped reading that like during
after that was like after G Willow Wilson was off.
I kept up with her in Champions though.
Okay. Yeah, there's been some wild story arcs going on lately with Ms. Marvel. But the long and short of it is basically, yeah, it does kind of look like that a little bit. It also kind of vaguely reminded me of the because it's like her current costume reminds me of the suit she has in the Marvel's Avengers game. And then this one reminds me of that one. So yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. And then we got Walter Baptiste with the 1999 Canadian Super Chat. Says, I'm out running errands right now, but I wanted to contribute to the building fund. Thanks for being awesome, Ernie Carter and Carter's dad. This man ain't shit. Remember how you told them stories about your dad ways back?
Yeah, but that was ages ago. Good Lord.
Yeah, hey, man. Memory, man. Good memory. I respect it. But no, let's see here. Oh, and then I missed one. There was another one that I missed from earlier. Shaman 05 line with the $2 super chat says MCU storyline. Fuck around and find out. I mean, I like it. Hey, I'm into it. I did. Now here's something I want to ask Carter, then we'll move on. Did you catch the scene in the trailer, Carter, with all the cats?
I think
there is a shot in the trailer. I'm looking to see if I can find it now, because I think it's just after. That shot. Yeah, here it is, right here. This shot right here. I think that might be a bunch of little flirkins. Could you imagine, Carter? Could you imagine? Just a bunch of flirkins just running down the... Dude, that's a lot of folks going to the Shadow Realm. I'm here for it. That said, let's move on to our next thing. 'Cause we actually spent a little more time on that than I actually had initially planned. We got the trailer for the Penguin, or as Benedict Cumberbatch says, the Penguin. Did you not notice how he says it? Like he says Penguin. But no, we got the trailer for it. Carter, do you have it pulled up? Or I can get it to you. You are muted, by the way, just FYI.
I got it.
You got it? Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to pull this up. We're going to take a look at it. I didn't do a trailer reaction for this one because it kind of came out at a weird time. And I was like, you know what? Let's just save it for the show. We'll save it for the show.
I got you. I've watched it like a few times. I think that trailer's pretty dope. It made me go read Pain and Prejudice again.
No, hey, there you go. Which, not a bad way to spend, because that was how many issues? It's like five or six?
4 or 5.
4 or 5?
I think it was like,
not a bad way to spend 40 minutes. Let's take a look at this trailer. We're gonna I want to say this is the in production trailer, which if you notice throughout the trailer, there's some shots where you see like cast and like the stage crew. Mm-hmm. That's why. So before anyone's like, man, this looks low budget as fuck. All right, let's go. Let me do this real quick because I forgot. I had the tab muted. All right, I respect it. I like it. I like that. What you got, Carter? What you got? I don't know. You say you've seen this a couple of times. You got any? You got any hot takes? Any lukewarm takes?
So the one thing I was telling people on Twitter was to go read Pain and Prejudice if you want a good Penguin story. Greg Hurwitz even liked the tweet. Mm-hmm. But watching it again and like watching it a few times, and now I kind of want to recommend you all go read Batman One Bad Day, the Penguin issue. Mm-hmm. Because that's what I'm getting.
That's the vibe.
That's the vibe I'm getting. Who actually wrote that? I'm trying to put it up. Oh wow, wow! John really wrote it.
Yeah.
And it was basically Batman's a thing. Mm-hmm. I'm in the dumps, and now I gotta kind of claw and kill my way back to where I was.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm getting from this trailer. I'm watching this just because of Pain and Prejudice and One Bad Day. Those comics made me put some respect on Mr. Cobblepot.
Yeah.
Because the one thing that I've been telling people is just like, if you want something that will get the animated series and Danny DeVito out of your head, then read those comics. Mm-hmm. And they'll get you'll get some more appreciation for that character. Like here to you saying Danny DeVito will always be my Penguin. That's the thing. Mm-hmm. Is if you want that out of your mind and you just want a good visceral kind of, I'm watching it.
I like crime boss Penguin. I like Colin Farrell. Like honestly, Colin Farrell as Penguin is. I thought he was actually probably one of my favorite parts of the Batman, and he's not even in it very much. Like for as much as they made a big deal about Colin Farrell playing him in the movie, he's not really in it for granted. I can also say that because the movie's 3 hours almost, or just over 3 hours. So yeah, for a 3 hour movie, he shows up in it very little. And when he's there, I like the time that we spend with him. That said, I will point out I don't think we actually see him in the trailer. But we do hear his name mentioned, Carmine Falcone. Mm-hmm. Or not Carmine Falcone, but Salvatore Maroni. Salvatore Maroni is the one whose name we hear mentioned. We don't see it, but we do know he is going to be played by Clancy Brown, which for many who don't know, from Highlander, Starship Troopers.
The recent bad relaunch of Dexter that didn't go nowhere?
He was also in the Nightmare on Elm Street reboot as well. But I mean, Clancy Brown's career is all over the place. I always tell people, if you want maximum Clancy Brown, you want the maximum amount of Clancy Brown, go back and there's a movie he did. I think it was like an anthology series or something, or like it was like an anthology style movie. What was it called? What's that?
That's still Lex Luthor to me.
Oh yeah, no, he was Lex. Oh, The Mortuary Collection. Go watch The Mortuary Collection. Very good movie. It's like a horror anthology film. But also, a lot of people forget that he's in the SpongeBob stuff. A lot of people forget he's in the SpongeBob stuff.
Yeah, boy, in the cut just said it too. Don't forget Mr. Krabs.
Yeah, he's Mr. Krabs. He's Mr. Krabs. How you gonna forget Mr. Krabs? He was also. I mean, he's had a pretty wide list of accolades across the entirety of every fandom. The guy has been he's done tons of stuff. Let's just be real here. But hell, he was in Daredevil, even though he was in like only like a couple of episodes. He was in the Netflix Daredevil. He was the Colonel that was over Frank Castle. But yeah, dude's great. Dude's fantastic. We do also know that one of my personal favorite actresses of all time, Shohreh Aghdashloo, who we saw very briefly in the trailer. Most people probably may or may not recognize her right away. You'll probably recognize her voice faster than you'll recognize her herself, but I am a huge fan of The Expanse. As well as some of her other works that she's appeared in. A lot of other people might know her for like stuff like 24. But she's one of my favorite actresses of all time. That woman is amazing. I don't know what it is about her, but man, honestly, I wish she could read me a bedtime story. That's all I'm gonna say. I want her to read me a bedtime story. We also know that we got Michael Kelly. We don't know who he's playing, but when he shows up, he is brought up as being, I think they say it was Maroney's right-hand man or something of that nature.
That man hasn't been in anything where he can be trusted.
No, he is not.
Like at any point in his career, whatever he is in, you know he is not to be trusted.
Honestly, you know what I hate is that he was in Man of Steel, right? Or
Yeah.
He was in Man of Steel. I forget who he played, but he played one of the people who worked at the Daily Planet, who was like one of the sleazy people.
Yeah.
Sleazy guy that's always trying to hit on Lois Lane in the comics as well as on that. Now the funny thing is, I always feel like, man, that was a missed opportunity. That could have been your Lex Luthor. That could have been your Lex Luthor right there. Because that dude's a fantastic actor. Love him in everything I see him.
That's a slimy looking Lex Luthor.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want him slimy. I want that dude to be greasy. Look, hey, that's better Jesse Eisenberg. Look, Jesse Eisenberg, sweaty ass.
Dog, I would have been happy with a digitized, somewhat African-American looking Lex Luthor, and they could have had Clancy Brown do the voice. I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah,
like,
they could have done that. They could have done that too. We also got Theo Rossi from Sons of Anarchy and Luke Cage. He is also in this. And we also saw very briefly, we saw was Renzi Felice, who is from The Runaways.
Okay.
So I was like, dude, I was very, very impressed with this. This was actually pretty cool. I was not expecting some of these actors in this, and I don't know who a lot of them are playing, but I'm excited for it. I look forward to this. So yeah, there you go.
For any of you all that wanted a down and dirty Batman series without Batman, and you probably wanted it like a lot more serious, and you want to get the taste of Gotham out of your mouth, I'm pretty sure that the Penguin is going to give you that fix.
I would agree. I think this is going to be very good. I'm looking forward to this. It looks like it's going to be something that, while it will not have Batman present in it,
yeah,
I feel like he'll be talked about. But
holy shit!
What was up?
Gearless Mo struck again.
Oh shit! What did I miss?
Good lord!
What did I miss? Good God of might. Good God of might. Gearless Mo didn't come in here gifting 20 memberships. 20 memberships. Lord, I don't even have the words. I don't even have the words.
While you try to find the words, he's also in the Blerd Club Diamond Mine for 27 months. He said, sorry I'm late. Merry Monarch is in full effect here on the island. The motherfucker has his own private island. It's a beautiful hula festival. Get those likes up. Clancy Brown is still my favorite Lex Luthor.
Yes, yes. That is 1,000%. 1,000 times yes. 1,000 times yes. Good God, Jesus Christ. Whew. Thank you for that. Man, dude, just out here. Just out here. By the way, as he did just mention, to get them likes up, please and thank you. I will just simply point out we have 178 likes. We have 295 people in here. Can we please step that up just a little bit? Just a little bit. Please, 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 please.
Let me ask you this. Because
shoot.
Somebody just referenced a Star Wars series, and it makes me think if you could do that in the Batman stuff. And I think you can, but do you feel like we could start seeing what? Do you think it'd be cool to see a lot of these shows that are dealing with these characters in certain universes without the main focus? So what I'm saying is, since we have Star Wars, it's really revolves around like the Skywalkers, but now we have Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're going to have Ahsoka and stuff like that. It's in that universe, but it ain't got fuck all to do with him until like Mandalorian finale with Luke.
Yeah.
So do you think it would be cool to see, because we're getting it with Batman, do you think it'd be cool to see it with other characters in the DC, in Gotham?
Yeah. I think people
but without Batman.
I think people have been trying to do that for a while and have been just wildly unsuccessful with it. But I think this might be the first to really like do it right. Because like Gotham did it. They're like, oh, here's Gotham, but before Batman. And while that show was popular, I didn't particularly care for it.
Yeah, it was hot dog, whatever.
Yeah.
You think they could do it with Batman, though? Like, this is with Batman.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, most certainly. I think it can be done. I don't know. I'm really, like, because I feel like focusing on the crime families, first and foremost, I think is a good way to go. Focus on the crime families. I wouldn't start trying to bring in a bunch of random and sundry villains. I think once you start trying to bring in some of those, like, crazier villains, I think is where you're going to start seeing some weirdness. But,
I love what you just said there. I love what you said there with the crime families, just because you could do Falcone and Moroni with the Penguin. The first thing that popped into my head was the New 52 Catwoman stuff. When she was when she was a mob boss. Oh my.
I would like to see that. I would like to see that. Like you
with
like
just the crime family, like that kind of shit. Like you're running.
Yeah. Well, especially with the stuff that we know now from the Batman, which by the way, spoilers for the Batman, but in the movie it is revealed that Catwoman, played by Zoe Kravitz, is the daughter of Carmine Falcone. And I feel like, you could take that and like, push it up some. make it a bigger deal in the Batman universe, since it's going to be disconnected from James Gunn's DCU. I'm perfectly fine with that. Oh Lord. Did you see this? We're gonna answer this and then we're gonna jump over to our next topic here. We got another 1999 super chat from Walter Baptiste, actually Canadian super chat. Says, I don't think you realize how far and wide that story spread. Your dad is a legend in Louisiana, down the Caribbean, and South America. He's got old timers trying to prove they can break back still.
Danger.
Yes. But yeah, Carter, would you like to comment? He can't say nothing. He can't say shit. I mean, hey, your daddy is out here, man. I'm just saying. But yeah, I see a lot of people in the chat right now talking about Victor Zsasz, Calendar Man, Condiment King. Yeah, I think like some of the more down to earth villains, like the more human villains, I definitely would want to see. I would want to see those. You could even make a better version of Black Mask. Make him like threatening, like actually make him threatening like he should be. As opposed to what he was in the Harley Quinn movie. I love Ewan McGregor to death, but yeah, he was not a good Black Mask. Let's move on to our next thing here. We have got Marvel's Uncanny Spider-Man. So Carter, I actually was very curious. I actually want to know off rip your thoughts is, because I remember when we talked about this briefly last week and the week before, we were taking a look at that the Fall of X image from Brian Hitch. I remember you saying that the Uncanny Spider-Man thing just looked dumb, or that it sounded like it was going to be something dumb. And now we know what it is.
Yeah, I said it was going to be something dumb, and then you said in the tapestry of X-Men stuff, like looking at the Fall of X stuff, Uncanny Spider-Man is probably not going to be something you just need to read. But I think you and I both got to kind of backpedal a little bit now that some info has come out about it.
I still stand by my statement. I don't think it's going to be like required reading, but I do think it's going to be a good read. That I will stand by until I see the actual comic itself.
It's going to be a good read.
Yeah, no, I said good read. I just said not absolute required reading.
Yeah. So do I say, okay, boom, there you go. So this is what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
Uncanny Spider-Man, one of the Fall of X tie-ins, of course. This one's going to be written by Cy Spurrier, and it's going to have Nightcrawler taking.
Oh, don't forget about the art. Don't forget about the artist, man.
Who was doing the art on this?
Leonard Kirk, baby.
Really?
Leonard Kirk, baby.
I did not see that.
Yeah,
wow.
Leonard Kirk,
I
baby.
liked him. The first book that I read with his art and I became a fan of it was one of the more recent Defenders that they did. That's his art.
And he's Sabretooth. He's also Sabretooth.
Okay.
Yep. So
but yeah,
Leonard
I did
Kirk's
not
great.
know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's Nightcrawler taking up the mantle of Spider-Man for whatever reason.
Right.
It's dumb, but this gonna be a well-written dumb is what this is going to be.
100%. Well, I mean, you think about it. So some of you may or may not remember this, but I remember back in the OG days, back in the 80s, you used to see Spider-Man and Nightcrawler palled up quite a bit. I mean, not necessarily like on the same level as you see like Human Torch or Firestar or Iceman or anybody like that. But what I'm saying is, like, you would see whenever Spider-Man and the X-Men would interact with one another, one of the first people that Spider-Man would kick it with is Nightcrawler, because they're kind of in like a similar vein as far as like not, I won't say like power sets or personality, but just like in terms of hanging out on walls and shit. But I thought this was gonna be I thought it was gonna be interesting. my initial thought was, I thought maybe with everything going on with Spider-Man, maybe somehow he would have wound up, especially in light of some of the help that he had gotten from like Wolverine and, and the X-Men and so forth during Judgment Day. I figured maybe that was what was going to kind of tie them together. But apparently it is going to be as a direct result of the fallout of the Hellfire Gala, because we've already talked about this before, but the Hellfire Gala, there's supposed to be some massive reveal that's going to come out about the Hellfire Gala, and we're going to learn some earth-shattering secrets. The status quo of the X-Men is going to be changed. The status quo of Krakoa, mutant kind as a whole, is supposed to be challenged or changed. And it's kicking off the fall of X. So I was surprised when I discovered that this Uncanny Spider-Man is not Peter Parker. It is, in fact, Nightcrawler. It is confirmed to be Nightcrawler. It's not a variant of Nightcrawler from Sins of Sinister. It's not Wallcrawler from the Nightcrawler series, somehow survived and brought back. It's not a chimera. This is legitimately Kurt Wagner, Nightcrawler. That's who this is. And Cy Spurrier had a few words to say about it. He said that what we've got here is a spectacular new beginning, which, yes, is code for perfect jumping on point, which leans hard into heroic, joyful, street-level action. Writing Kurt has always been an exercise in heart. He was the first to feel the cracks in Krakoa and the first to try and do something about it. Unfailingly loyal to his people, his friends, and his responsibilities. He's gone through a lot. What's been missing for him is the joy, the freedom, the thrill. And I think that's something we've even heard people say about Nightcrawler as of late in the Krakoan era, is that he's not as affable as he normally has been. Like, yeah, we've seen him at points be pretty laid back and cool and happy-go-lucky, but it's been few and far between. So that's a good thing to hear. It also says that, and that's where we find him now, in a restyled Spidey suit, bamfing across New York and rubbing shoulders and butting heads with the best heroes and villains of the Manhattan. He says, but of course, it's not quite that simple. Is Nightcrawler really doing this for the thrill, or is he hiding? Is it easier to put on a mask and punch some villains in the nose than it is to stare trauma in the eye? So I think while he poses that as an either or question, I think it's safe to say it's the latter and not the former.
How mad would you be as a Spider-Man villain to see Spider-Man coming to get you? So you try to knock him down because okay, it's going to take him a little bit of time to get up and web swing his way toward me, only for him to teleport right in front of you and punch you in the mouth.
Oh, no, folks gonna be mad. Imagine Scorpion trying to... Look, Scorpion been struggling with Miles Morales. Imagine Nightcrawler showing up. Also, I do want to point out, someone on Twitter, I forget who it was, someone said, man, Nightcrawler out here coming from Miles Morales' drip. He's coming out here in the black and red. He's like that man. He's stealing Miles Morales black and red.
Yeah, man.
Look, Miles got to file copyright. You have to file copyright. But yeah,
he can put that big ass oversized Fear of God sweater on he was using before they switched it back. Hell.
I mean, hey, maybe that's how Nightcrawler got a hold of it. But no, this is gonna be coming out September the 6th. So we got a little ways to wait, but I'm very interested. I can't wait to check this out. This is definitely, like I said, I still stand by my statement. I don't think it's gonna be required reading, but I do definitely think it's gonna be a fun read. Let's take this moment. Because I think I want to check, because we once again we do have some super chats in here. One of which from the man, the myth, the legend himself, Gearless Mo, with the 1999 In a super chat says, OMG, achievement unlocked. Speechless Carter. We got him, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Ooh, before you say that real quick, there's a scrap saying Bamfing a villain 60 stories and dropping them. I didn't even think about that. Not the droppings part of it, but you get your ass whooped by Spider-Man, he web you up. You might be able to get out the web after a little bit before the police come up. Nightcrawler just teleport your ass right to prison, bro.
Look, wait. How mad would you be if you was robbing? Imagine you the Shocker. Imagine you the Shocker. You robbing the bank, ain't a sign of Spider-Man. You thinking you done got the money, you done ran up out the vault, out the bank, you outside getting ready to blast off back to your base, and then like soon as you try to take off, all of a sudden, bam, your ass in the raft. You in the Myrmidon. You just like bruh, what this?
It's all this purple smoke. What the fuck?
Why do I smell brimstone and rotten eggs?
Was it a dye pack in the money and then the shit just evaporates and you on a sale? You just next to Juggernaut chilling.
You know what I didn't think about it? I just now thought about that as I said it. Because Nightcrawler smoke has a smell to it. Like it smells like brimstone, so it's like rotten eggs almost. Dude, imagine not only is Kurt talking shit to you, but he just farting all around you. Can you imagine that shit? Like all you do, bam, you're like, God damn, who cut the cheese in here? God damn, you nasty. And you talking shit? Yeah, go ahead, take me to jail. Go ahead and I'll get it over with. Go ahead, just get me. Go ahead, put me in the raft. I'm done. I'm done. Oh
my God. You got another super chat here from T. Roo, his first super chat.
Oh, yes.
Sup, you two? Great content. Well, thank you. And first super chat, man.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. Dude, thank you for that. Also, by the way, we appreciate you taking the time, reaching out and giving us that first love right here. And also for that 2000 party over. Oops, out of time. Super chat. Yeah, you did that. You made that
there was
possible.
one. Yeah, that was one last week as well that you did. And, we forgot about it, but thank you. Thank you.
Let's see here. We've got pretty much bubble gut 24/7. Dude, these are some things I've never really actually thought about before. But yeah, dude, could you imagine fighting Nightcrawler's gotta suck. It's gotta suck. Have you ever smelled brimstone before, Carter? Like anything that smells like brimstone? It's like, ugh.
I have not, but I was reading David Big Lad's comment saying, Miles right now. First it was the Spider Boy, now it's Nightcrawler trying to steal my flow and style, even though you can take it from Peter. But when I read that comment, the Soldier Boy shit popped into my head. He just kind of
this man like, Nightcrawler?
Bruh.
Kurt?
Damn, at least you can see Spider-Man jumping all around you. Nightcrawler just vanishes and you, boy.
That's gone. You gone. That's it.
Oh yeah, that would suck, bro.
Dude, take you straight to the gulag. You in the raft, off rip.
Dog, just you putting that out there, you are scot-free. You got millions in your hand, and you just in the round. That is low down, dude, bro.
I'm calling it out. We gonna see a scene like that. I guarantee you, the Shocker, Scorpion, somebody gonna get caught slipping. Somebody gonna get caught slipping. Speaking of getting caught slipping, we're gonna talk about this next thing. I talked about this a little bit on TikTok. Just because, it's one of those things I normally wouldn't address, but because of the nature of what was being talked about, I felt I had to say something. Because this was probably one of the most egregious, like how when people say, oh, explaining so-and-so badly.
Please read that $5 super chat. Please read that
Oh,
from
no,
Ed Boy
oh
in the
God.
Cup.
Oh, wait, hold up. Ed Boy to cover the $5 says fighting Nightcrawler is like fighting a sentient black and mild. Bruh. Dude, you just look. Man, somebody smoking up in here? What y'all smoking?
Imagine getting your ass whooped and you smelling wood tips, bro.
Oh God. Oh my God. No,
I'm not reading the chat anymore. I'm not reading the chat anymore. We have a show to do. Production. Let's go.
Production.
Let's go.
But
Let's
no, so we had man, this is so sad. A Florida Republican by the name of Walter Barnaby. Dude, first off, not Walter, Webster Barnaby, who I had never heard of before a day in my life. Apparently, he's a British American politician. Apparently, he originated from Great Britain, and immigrated here at some point. I don't remember where, and I don't really rightfully care. Basically, my issue was this guy in question. They were having a meeting to address I believe this was this was supposed to be to it was a vote for a bill that would determine whether or not transgender people would be able to use the bathrooms that of the genders they identify with, the respective bathrooms. So this guy goes on this rant. This is a rant. This is a 2-minute rant. It's a 2-minute rant.
Are we watching this entire 2 minutes?
No, I'm gonna skip around, but but basically, I just want to address the two big parts of it. And yeah, we may look at the whole thing. I don't know, but here's the deal. The deal is, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because this guy starts off, and I'm gonna go. I want to start with this because I want y'all to see this. If you've never seen this video, I want you to see it from the same perspective that I saw it from. Because I didn't know who this guy was. I was scrolling through Twitter and I saw something trending. I saw X-Men trending. And it wasn't Wednesday, so I was wondering why X-Men was trending all of a sudden. So I clicked on it and I see this Goomba right here. And I'm like, oh, it says, Representative Barnaby. I'm like, oh, I don't know who this guy is. Who is he? So I click on the video. I didn't read the tweet. I just clicked on the video because I was curious. I was like, wait, why? I was like, oh, is somebody in the, in politics trying to, I saw someone was talking about, oh, they're talking about X-Men. They're using X-Men to make a point. So I figured this brother had to be cooking. Well, he was cooking all right. What was that girl name had the bad chicken? Was it Paula Patton?
Oh.
That he was cooking that Paula Patton chicken. I thought he was cooking. That chicken was dry. Real dry. Uncle Ruckus, yes. Remember, I think somebody said, I forget who it was, but I said it in my TikTok video. This guy is basically Uncle Ruckus and William Stryker did a fusion dance. That's basically what this is. You done seen Reverend William Stryker and Uncle Ruckus. They did look. Matter of fact, they didn't do the fusion dance. They did put the earrings on and just bam, there you go. But we're gonna look at this real quick, and like I said, it's yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna play the video. Fuck it.
I'm looking at society today.
I'm gonna turn it up so y'all can hear.
It's like I'm watching an X-Men movie. With people that, when you watch the X-Men movies for Marvel Comics, it's like we have mutants living among us on planet Earth. And, Some people don't like that, but that's a
I love
fact.
how, wait, I want to point out something. I love how, because of the auto subtitles that were embedded into this video, it says it's like we have new tunes living among us. I never caught that before, but yeah.
Somebody in the chat did say Tiny Toons was coming back to Max.
I mean, yeah. We live in a society. Yeah, whenever someone starts with that, yeah, you know it's going to be bad.
We have people that live among us today on planet Earth that are happy to display themselves as if they were mutants from another planet.
Okay, so here's the thing. Let's go ahead and shut that down. He said there are people out there happy to display themselves as mutants from another planet. There's so much to unpack there, but all I'm gonna say is this. I want you to understand who he's talking about. He is talking about transgender people. He's actually talking about transgender and genderqueer people is what he's talking about. Here's the thing. I'm not here to try and make a grandiose political statement, despite the fact that we're taking a look at something that is insanely political. And I do want to point out which Dr. Sun said it best. You mean Inhumans. Inhumans are actually from another planet. They're actually from the moon. But mutants are, in fact, human. And that exactly, yes, exactly. That was, okay, so here's the thing. First off, here's the point. This man is comparing transgender people to mutants. Now, I said this in my TikTok video. He's kind of half right, but only... not in the sense that he means, but I mean in the sense that the X-Men, mutants, are an allegory for any marginalized community. Doesn't matter whether it's black, brown, Asian, Native American, whatever, but also LGBTQIA+. So in a roundabout way, he's half-ass right, even though he's incredibly wrong. Like, his intention is incredibly wrong. But I've never seen someone miss the point of the X-Men, because as we listen a little bit more, you'll see what I mean.
This is the planet Earth, where God created men, male, and women, female. I'm a proud Christian, conservative Republican. I'm not on the fence. Not on the fence. There is so much darkness in our world today. So much evil in our world today. And so many people who are afraid to address the evil, the dysphoria, the dysfunction. I'm not afraid to address the dysphoria or the dysfunction. The Lord rebuke you, Satan, and all of your demons and all of your imps who come and parade before us. That's right, I called you demons and imps who come and parade before us.
He's trying to go to
pretend that you are part of this world. So I'm saying my righteous indignation is stirred. I am sick and tired of this. I'm not going to put up with it. You can test me and try to take me on, but I promise you I'll win every time. Let's all vote up on this bill. Thank you.
Can we let me say this.
No, Carter, you are demons and you are imps.
Well, so, all right. So, number one, I don't really think the Uncle Ruckus argument can work because he wasn't talking about black folks. He's strictly just talking about trans people for whatever fucking reason.
I'm going to let you finish, but I'm going to tell you why he's an Uncle Ruckus.
Okay.
But go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, like, so I'm trying to go to this certain part. Hold on.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
I'm not going to put up with it. You can test me and try to take me on, but I promise you I'll win every time. You forgot you're black. You ain't winning.
No.
That's number one.
No.
That's number one. They finna get you the fuck up out of here. That's number one. Or number two, I should say. I didn't understand the Uncle Ruckus the comment about it, but that was the first thing. Second thing was, dog, you black. And with what the fuck you just said, only way I see you getting away with this is because Robo has said it several times in the chat. You're in Florida. Mm-hmm. This is Earth.
Yeah.
so I'll say that. Third, I love the fact that his Twitter was hacked and they put X-Men in the fucking cover photo for him.
Yeah, they did. They did.
Other thing I'll say about this is just honestly, like, we got another fuck boy saying fuck shit. Honestly,
yes.
That's pretty much all I can really say. This is
I mean, here's the thing. The reason was first and foremost, the reason why I said William Stryker is because of this right here.
Yeah.
This is from God Loves Man Kills, where he's literally pointing at Nightcrawler. Human? You dare call that thing human? Now, okay, so the reason why a lot of this is appropriate is because he is actually a pastor. Mr. Webster Barnaby. He is a pastor, which is why
you could tell that.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
He's a pastor and a theocrat. A theocrat is, for those who know, someone who likes to bring religion, try to enforce religious beliefs into their politicking, more or less, is a pretty straightforward boilerplate way to say it. But at the end of it all, I say Uncle Ruckus because he is a guy who is a very big Donald Trump supporter. He has led prayers at multiple Trump rallies. He is a staunch supporter of Donald Trump and the MAGA movement, which is a very, in and of itself, racist movement against black and brown people and pretty much anyone who isn't white. And not to mention the way that he tends to lean his votes. I'll put it this way. That's Candace Owens in about 40 more years. I'll put it like that. Like, if you told me that was her daddy, I'd have believed you. I'd have believed it. But yeah, that is why I brought it up. But yeah, I have never seen someone get so much wrong about the X-Men. Like, honestly, when I was looking at when I was listening to what he was saying, the first thing I thought of was he watching the movie and thought that Magneto and Mystique and Sabretooth were the good guys? Did he think the Brotherhood of Mutants were like the main characters? Is that what he thought? Is he confused? Did he fall asleep in the movie and wake up and he missed the message? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, this was literally a case study in explaining things badly. Like, this was a case study in explaining things badly. He didn't know where the X-Men... Like, okay, here's the thing. This is what I wish politicians would stop doing. Stop trying to use things that you know the kids like. Stop, like it's kind of like... You remember when Hillary Clinton tried to be hip during her presidential campaign in 2016? Remember when Nancy Pelosi went to the black church? It was wearing the dashiki. Don't do that. Don't. This is that, but with pop culture. Don't do that shit. If you don't, just look. The second the word X-Men left his mouth, I could tell he had no clue what he was talking about, and he missed the entire fucking message of tolerance, acceptance. Like, honestly, I get concerned for society when I see people who love the X-Men but are so intolerant. Or even people who claim to like the X-Men but are so intolerant. It's like you looked at the pretty pictures, you absorbed none of the content. But that is neither here nor there. Just so you know, the bill did pass. He got exactly what he wanted. The bill that he was talking about voting on to bar transgender people from using the bathrooms that they prefer, that bill was in fact passed. And he did, in a roundabout way, half-ass apologize for what he said. But he said it was funny. He said he apologized for what he said, but he stood by his comments, which was just kind of a way of saying sorry, not sorry.
You didn't apologize.
Yeah, he didn't apologize. It was basically his apology was basically sorry, not sorry. That was basically what it was. But this guy is 63 years old, and honestly, just by judging by the look of him, I don't think he's long for this earth anyway. So he'll be gone, and then we won't have to worry about him. Actually, as a matter of fact, I think his term comes up next year. So if you live in Florida, you don't like this guy, fire him, get him out. I can't do it for you. But this guy, he is a whole fucking clown shoe. And hate to see it, man. Hate to see it. We got Sean Jackson here with the $5. Thank you for that. Thank you for that so much. The love and the support. Let's see here. We've also got, oh, wait, that one got away from me. Here we go. Gearless Motor with the 1999 super chat says Florida man strikes again. You know things are bad when Florida, whenever any sentence that starts with Florida likely has man or woman behind it. You know bad things are coming. We also got one here from Frank Gleason III with the 499 says he's over here trying to become the Suede the remix god meme. I mean, here's the thing about this guy. I saw what Robo said earlier. Here's my thing. I feel like I really hope that as we progress as people, as we progress as a society, I really hope that people just learn to be more tolerant of one another. Yeah, that's all I ask. Be more tolerant. That's all it takes. It doesn't take much. It actually is very easy to do. I'm incredibly tolerant and acceptant. But yeah. Tubes and one with the $5 says, this is what I mean anytime I tell folks subtlety isn't key. Subtlety goes over people's heads. How do you watch X-Men and think Stryker is the hero? And that's kind of the thing here. I feel like if this guy would have read God Loves, Man Kills, I honestly think he would think Stryker was the good guy. I seriously believe that. But here we are. Here we are, Carter. This is where we're at. Carter, I want to laugh. So we're going to move on to our next topic. Nicki Minaj to star in a Dark Horse comic adaptation, Carter. Did you hear about this?
I did not.
Ooh, boy. Are you in for a treat, Carter?
I might not be because Dark Horse.
Damn. God damn, Carter. What did Dark Horse do to you?
What is she involved with?
So, for those unfamiliar, there's a comic out in the wild. I think it came out in 2015. Checking my notes real quick. Yes, it did. Came out in and around 2015. It was written by DeCampi and illustrated by Jarvis. It was a 2-part story that appeared in Grindhouse, Drive In, Bleed Out. Lady Danger, Agent of Booty. Carter, the look on your face was priceless. Just FYI. So yeah, this is a thing. This is a thing that's actually happening. Nicki Minaj is going to be developing this. She will not only be starring in this, she will also be producing it. She will also be working alongside 50 Cent. Curtis Jackson, aka 50 Cent. Who will also be executive producing through his G Unit film and TV banner. Carter, what was that? I don't know if you remember this. What was that animated short thing that we watched a ways back, or that I think got sent to us a ways back? The one that I think 50 Cent's supposed to be developing as well. That was an animated project.
I know you're talking about like the fake ass Justice League thing. Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Carter, I love the way you describe things. But yes.
I remember it was just the fake ass Justice League thing where the black dude was Batman, but instead of batarangs, he was throwing picks. And I was just like, oh, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah, that was so yeah,
yeah, there you go. Trill
yeah.
League.
Trill League, that's what it was. So yeah, 50 Cent and Nicki Minaj, they are going to be involved in this. I'm going to go on a limb and assume Nicki Minaj is going to be playing the main character. It just seems to track for something like this. I feel like that is the most likely outcome.
David Big Lad, no, I'm not letting you do that. Agent of Booty meets Tank Girl. You're not gonna have Nicki Minaj and Tank Girl in the same. I almost ban you. I'm gonna ban you.
No, leave him alone, man. Leave him alone.
I'm gonna ban you. No, this is. Oh my god.
I mean, Agent. Here's my thing. Agent of Booty. Okay, I'm gonna say something here, and someone's probably gonna clip it and send it to all the right people that would talk about it and try and say
She's about to be playing the titular character.
Titular. Wow.
That was cute.
That was cute. I like that. I like that.
That was cute.
You know what? I respect that. I respect that comment. I respect that. I respect that comment. Probably gonna be Ice Spice. Oh Lord, y'all get out of here with this. No, okay. So here's my thing. I know that someone is probably gonna take what I say and run with it. They're gonna say, see, I told you. Blerd Without Fear hates black people. He hates blackness, and he hates seeing black people come up. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know anything about this comic. I have never read it. I actually looked it up to see if I could find it, and I am going to read it, because literally this story slid across my desk literally right before we went live. I'm going to check it out and see what there is to see, but just based on what little bit I know about it, I'm expecting more something along the line of what we saw when we looked at that Trill League trailer. And here's the thing. I'm not saying that just like sight unseen this is going to be bad, but you gotta admit, when I look at this cover and I see Lady of Danger, Agent of Booty, I get concerned because I feel like you're leaning into something that is going to initially just switch people to not want to take it seriously. And who knows, maybe it's not meant to be taken seriously. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't read it. But if it just would have been called Lady of Danger, I'd have been like, fine, cool. But Agent of Booty is where I draw a line. Because now I'm just like, okay. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I would love to be wrong, Carter. Do you know how wrong I would love to be?
Okay, so number one, you are correct. This is not going to help the Blerd Without Fear. Doesn't give a shit about black people. He only cares more about the LGBT community, especially because of the last segment.
Mhm.
So that that's all you doing to giving them more ammunition. But
Oh,
hey,
no, I know.
you know that you are, so it's fine. Second thing,
Yeah.
it'll
Well, I want to point out something too, and this is something I think people like. Black people can be LGBTQIA plus as well. Like it's all encompassing.
wait, what?
Exactly. No, you were saying that, oh, he's out here for the LGBTQI plus, but he's not out here for black people. But no, the thing is, and that's a narrative I don't expect them to pick up. It's the idea that a lot of times people tend to forget that black people can be a part of those communities as well, because they are. I literally see them every day.
Okay.
So that's why I always think it's funny when people say, oh, see, he's not about black people. But no, carry on.
All right. So I see someone in the chat saying this will be something on BET After Dark. No. It'll probably be like every other Grindhouse thing. It'll be something to watch or something to leave on your TV, because I know there are still people that watch TVs. I don't, but
this
will be something that you can leave on TV while you cleaning the house.
Here, hold up. Sorry, didn't mean to get
No
you.
problem.
That was actually me. I did that. Yeah. That wasn't Carter.
The only reason
I'm actually gonna do it again briefly because I'm moving something to another window so I can show it. So forgive me, y'all. It'll just be for the briefest of moments. But go ahead. Carry on.
That's really the only thing that I think is going to save this for anyone to just kind of keep an eye out for, is just because they're gonna probably see it's gonna have Grindhouse somewhere on it. You can't just put Nicki Minaj starring in Lady Danger and the Agent of Booty and anybody fucking watch this shit. This has Redbox special written all over it. But if you put Grindhouse on it, then people are gonna have a clearer idea of what they can expect from this movie. For Nicki Minaj to be scantily clad, butt-assed or half-assed naked, have her cheeks out, have her chest somewhat partly out, and she's probably going to slaughter a lot of people, because that's what Grindhouse is for the Quentin Tarantino Death Proof folks. It's going to be really sexual. It's going to be really sexual and violent. So,
oh, you ain't lied. You ain't lied, Carter, because I just kind of skimmed it. I skimmed the comic. Okay. I'm not showing this. I'm not showing this. That's pretty much. I am not showing this.
It's going to be as close to naked as she can possibly get while she is brutally slaughtering people. That's pretty much it.
Okay, so here's the deal.
It's still a Redbox flick.
Okay, so I will say this. So the Lady Danger comic. I found some interesting stuff. Granted, the stuff after it was so basically okay. So here's what they did: the whole Grindhouse anthology. It's like several issues of like some different stories. They're like Lady Danger got 2 parts. There's another one after it called Nebulina. Whoo, ain't nothing but fucking in that. I saw a woman bite another woman's titty.
Honestly, here you go. You're gonna have this for one crowd, and then you're gonna have the Barbed Wire starring Sydney Sweeney for the other crowd.
Oh my god!
So it's just picking up.
Carter, I got to show this. I have to show this. So apparently, the character that she will play, if she plays the main character, that is Lady Danger.
Make it the podcast thumbnail.
Oh god, which one?
Whatever you.
No, I don't know if this will work as a thumbnail. I'm gonna pull this up. Let me see if it actually pulls up correctly. Okay. There it is. This is a page from the comic. Carter, I want you to look at this panel right up here. She is working in a convenience store. As a lady, no, menthol hundreds. And she handed her the EBT card, said, and make sure you hit cash.
Oh, wow.
But no, the main character is this is the down here, the woman with the black and red hair is probably who Nicki Minaj wind up playing. This is hilarious. I mean, this looks like it could be like there's this here. Wait, there's actually another one I can show right here. This one right here. This, I mean, okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. You know what this reminds me of? And this is no shade at all. But this reminds me of all the you see these comics on Twitter a lot, like creator-owned comics, these indie comics, where there's just a lot of TNA. Like you can tell that like a couple of dudes made it. Like you can look at it, tell a couple of dudes wrote and drew it. And that's not a bad thing. I'm not saying that's a bad thing.
I was gonna say it's not just the indie ones. Tim Seeley got a continuation of Money Shot coming out.
Oh yeah, but well, no. What I'm saying is more specifically is that, like there's an overabundance of like the comic has no actual like substance other than just it's a vehicle to have TNA. That's what I mean. I don't mean that like I know what you're talking about, and that's actually a pretty good comic. But like in the case of this, it's like, and once again, I'm not trying to say this is a bad comic, but like this is what it puts me in the mind of. It puts me in the mind of TNA comics that don't really have anything to offer other than just that TNA. That's my takeaway from it. That is ultimately my takeaway from it. I mean, she looks like a badass. She looks like she can whip some ass. That looks cool. But I mean, beyond that, I'm just kind of like, it's whatever.
You think you would appreciate the TNA more if Jeff Jarrett were involved?
No, I wouldn't.
Somebody said Booty's rival organization is Yams.
wait, so let me guess. Her arch rival character, the character that's like supposed to be like I guess her arch nemesis, is probably gonna be some woman named I guess would it be Lady Cheeks, Agent of Yams. I'm just yeah. I mean, like I said, I don't really. I honestly don't really know whether. I mean, this could probably, like, honestly, as an animated series, this could probably work. It could probably come off looking incredibly awesome. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
Madam Moose Knuckle. Yeah, but for the Grindhouse crowd, here's something else you're gonna see on Sci-Fi get run into the ground just like they ran Death Proof and them into the ground, or the Bruce Willis one with Rose McGowan. So if they can have Rose McGowan run around there with an M16 as a, here you go, Nicki Minaj. There you go.
I mean,
this is not going to be Black Dynamite 2.0. I almost banned you for saying that.
No.
Absolutely not.
I mean, I don't know. I'm going to actually sit, like, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually sit down and read this because it defies belief. It legit defies belief. If Prison School was an anime, this could work. Oh no. Why?
Stripperella vibes, yeah.
Yeah, no, okay, thank you. That was the thing I kept thinking about, but I couldn't remember. Stripperella. Yeah, that's what this reminds. It reminds me of Stripperella, and I do not have fond memories of that show. I remember watching the first couple episodes, like hoping it was going to be something more than what it seemed. And I was sorely disappointed. I was like, damn, Stan Lee put his name on this? Man.
It was funny when Vince showed up. Because I don't know if you remember this, but Vince McMahon was villain on that cartoon, bro.
Oh God. No, I didn't. No, I was not aware. I was not aware. Oh my God.
Only reason I even know this is because I had the entire series at one point. I got it from a Goodwill for 75 cents.
God
I got
damn.
that. Yeah.
Bruh, Stripperella. I'm done. Get me out of here. We got Randy Burnside with a $5 super chat. Says, have you heard Damson Idris type may replace Jonathan Majors as Kang if charges don't get dropped? Can I get one of those gifted memberships? Hey,
Don't be begging for memberships over here now. We don't do that here.
Yeah, I don't.
We don't beg over here.
Yeah, I don't. I have no control over that. That is on the goodly folks who gift them. That is.
That is.
But apparently, Extra did one. So yeah, there you go. But yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah,
that's news to me. To go from Tick to Franklin Saint. Nope.
I'm not. I mean, like I said,
I don't know. I don't know, man, because
I don't know whether or not I don't know how that's going to play out. This is a wait and see situation for me. This is a wait and see situation. I want to wait and see what happens. But
I don't think his acting is good enough.
Because I mean, here's the thing: you would have to be able to play. I mean, who knows? Maybe he can. Maybe he can't. I don't know. I personally do not. I personally do not know. I can definitely say that his name is in the zeitgeist right now because of especially because of Swarm just now having come out. And of course there's Snowfall. I don't know how that's going to play out. Yeah, that's a wait and see for me. If that is what ends up happening, I would just play the wait and see game. We got Wraith X7 with a $5 super chat says, you guys should do a video series spotlighting lesser known and less popular original black heroes and villains from Marvel and DC. Truth be told, I do that from time to time. I don't do it as often, just because workload and just busyness. But from time to time, I do. I actually have a playlist called, it's in my, it should be on, I believe it is on the, I believe it should be on the main page. Yeah. Black superheroes you should know. There are definitely some that you probably would know just off rip. But there are also some characters on there people don't often think about. So yeah, I would go check out that playlist. Matter of fact, I will copy a link to it. And I will drop it here in the chat for you. And I would recommend checking that out. That said, whew, we got another one here from Soulfinger 12 with the 1999 super chat. Says her rival will be Baby Cakes, Agent of Yams. Lord, y'all are wild. Y'all are wild. Wild, I tells you. Carter, do you want to talk about your recommended?
I'd rather you give yours first because I'm trying to think of what yams could mean.
You know what? That's fair. That's fair. I'll concede that. Well, mine is gonna be easy. Because mine, sometimes I like to do this. I like to be the guy that switches it up from time to time. But mine is actually going to be a video game. Now, granted, this game has actually been out for, I think, a couple of weeks by the time I'm actually recommending it, but I didn't get to play it until very recently. And that is the remake of Resident Evil 4. Every time I say, man, they really ain't got to keep remaking these Resident Evil games, I still wind up playing them. and I wind up enjoying them. What I will definitely say is, for me, just for me, I think we can go ahead and let the original Resident Evil 4 go to bed. I think we let the original RE4, Resi 4, it can retire. Now this could be the game that they re-release every like 6 months on a different platform. But no, in all seriousness, the game is fun, it's great. A lot of quality of life updates. If you are a fan of the original Resident Evil 4, you will see a lot of things that are familiar to you that do not play out exactly the way that you would expect them to. Some of the systems in the game have been changed. There are no more QTEs, no more quick time events in the game. And yes, even during the Jack Krauser fight, which was pretty much one big QTE, that is no longer a thing either. That fight is still there, but it is done completely different. And once I didn't look anything up on it, but when I got to the fight, I was curious as how they were going to do it, and I was not disappointed. The enemies are a little bit different, not by much. They still function about the same way. There's no longer the rubber band AI in the game that, like, if you were doing too well, they would start giving you less ammo, this, that, and the other. Or if you start doing poorly, no, the game just has a blanket difficulty. It's fun, great. I would also like to point out too that while once again there have been some changes. I think pretty much all of them are for the better. And yeah, definitely fun game, amazing. And yes, it is true. You could kill Ramon with eggs. That is a thing. But golden eggs are what you need, because it only takes 2. And then that's where I'll leave that. Carter, what do you got?
Yugoslavian agents manipulating zaddies.
I'll accept it.
So, because if you're doing a film like that, the villain got to be a white woman. So they got to be so Yugoslavia was the first thing popped in my head. My recommended this week is going to be the winner of the DC round robin last year. It's going to be Superboy, the Man of Tomorrow, #1. Really solid, really just fun little book with the OG Superboy trying to find his place in a world that is filled with Clark, Kara, Steel, Big John, aka John Kent, Big John, people know him. He's trying to find his place in the world, but it's just a really fun OG Superboy story using the tactile telekinesis just to whoop people, looking like it's going to turn into a space story because there's really nothing for him to do in Metropolis, since Metropolis is just on lock right now with the superheroes there. But yeah, Kenny Portner is writing that book with art from Janoy Lindsay. Really, really good art in this. But yeah, if you want, and I know a lot of people are going to be shocked because I don't really just recommend super books ever. But yeah, Superboy, the Man of Tomorrow, #1 is my.
I like it. I like it. So I guess with that, let's go ahead and get to our question sector. Real quick, we're gonna run through some.
Now I'm gonna hold you to that, Mr. Run Through them. We gonna see.
We'll see what happens here. Let's see. Questions. Okay, here we go. Ajax question says, "What's up, Blerd and Carter? My question is, have you watched Renovations on Disney Plus? I like what he's doing on the show, and hopefully he can have more episodes and help out more children. And Carter, you gonna like John Kent, whether you like it or not."
First off, don't steal my shit. Second of all, he was talking about that show on Jimmy Kimmel. He's taking stuff that it could still be used and turning it into something else. The example he gave on Jimmy Kimmel show was he took an old fire truck
Mm-hmm.
and he took everything out of it and turned it into a party bus for kids. So
Okay.
like where the hose was, there are seats there. Where the axes and shit were on the thing, there's a bunch of TVs there you could pull out. But that's what he's talking about. I have not seen it. I didn't even know it exists until I saw
Yeah.
the Jimmy Kimmel interview. But I'm gonna watch it now because that's dope. I think one of the episodes he's showing. I almost called that man Sam Wilson. What's his actual name?
Anthony Mackie.
Jesus. Thank you. He has an episode with him where he's showing him some of the stuff that he's doing. But yeah, he's literally just taking shit and turning it into something else. It's really dope. I'm gonna watch it probably after this.
Yeah, it's on my list of things to watch. I'm very curious about it. Once I heard what he was doing, I was like, dude, this actually sounds like something good, clean, and wholesome. I like it. We got Qdoma here, says, wishing you a happy 200 episodes leading into this one. Both you and Carter are aficionado gods of geek culture. Keep up the good works and peace and love to you. I will not be here to see you live today because I will be at Monster Mania. Monster Mania. The Christina Ricci. Before I go, here is my question. Which, by the way, yes, I'm also jealous, dude. And yeah, you won't see this by this point, but just know that I'm sending this message into the past to say, tell her I said hi. It says, do you think it's likely we will get a Marvel DC crossover since we have James Gunn at the helm?
Absolutely not.
I don't think it's something that we will see anytime terribly soon, but I do think it's something that James Gunn is always, interested in. Because it's something he has tried to foster since his time at Marvel Studios. I don't know if we'll ever get it. I do think that if anyone can make it happen, it would be him. He would be able to foster that, but I wouldn't expect it in the first 10 years. Like I said, this is something we wouldn't see till like way down the road if we see it at all. Jay Dizzle says, thanks for the show, brothers. What remnants of the Hickman House of X Powers of 10 reset do you think will last past Fall of X? Resurrection Protocols, Omega Sentinel lurking around in Orcus, Moira, Krakoa as a home base for mutantdom. I definitely think of all of those things, Omega Sentinel is going to be the most likely thing to hang around. I think Krakoa will definitely be around, but I don't know if it'll be so much a home base anymore. I don't know about that. I do think that as far as like staples go, I feel like maybe the villains that are introduced, I think will definitely stick around. I think Orcus will remain a powerful entity that the X-Men constantly go up against in the future. Everything else, I think, honestly, I would not be shocked if everything else just kind of went away. I would like to see Evil Beast hang around, though I know that won't happen, but I would love to see it happen. And you know what? I think the status quo of the relationship between Wolverine, Jean, and Cyclops will probably stick. That I do believe.
Apparently, that's something they've been trying to get away from currently.
They are trying to, like right now, they got them fighting. They got, but here's the thing though. They've had Jean get into it with both Wolverine and Cyclops on separate occasions. More recently, Cyclops, but like early on, it was she had some beef with Wolverine. But yeah, I feel like that's just going to be one of those things. It's going to wind up just kind of, honestly, me personally, I would rather Jean. I don't care if Jean and Wolverine are a thing, but I actually prefer Cyclops with Emma Frost. That's just me.
I think the only thing that's going to stick around is Krakoa, but I think it's going to be a utopia thing to where only motherfuckers that are going to still be over there are the mutant characters no one cares about.
Everybody it'll be the regulars. It'll be the normies. Just the normies. Or I say normies in terms of like the mutants that are just the background character, not even background characters. They're just literally the core population. They're not any like characters that normally get panel time is what I mean. But let's see here. Ed Boy in the Cut says you get to pick one villain to take over the mantle of a hero and one hero to take over the mantle of for a villain. Who do you choose? Ooh, that's a good one. That is a good one. I personally, when it comes to heroes and villains swapping places, ooh, man.
I'm gonna cheat.
Oh, this man's gonna cheat, Lord. Okay. I would like to see. Okay, here it is. I would like to see because we talk about redemption, arcs a lot of the times with comics. And for me, I think probably one of the more interesting ways that you could go, and this is technically kind of cheating too, because it started out this way and it flipped. And this is over on the DC side of things. I would like to see Sinestro go back to being a good guy, but not like a straight up hero, like just be an anti-hero. Like, yeah, like no more trying to rule the world using like parallax and fear and also, or trying to have these overarching schemes of like, or whatever. I would like to see a comic where Sinestro just decided, you know what? I'm going to do this different. Everything else has failed. He doesn't even have a core anymore. It's just him. And he's just trying to save the world using the power of fear. Like, I feel like you could take him in some really interesting directions. And I think they have technically tried to do that before in the past, but but it's like always like a temporary thing. I would like to see this be like a status quo change for him for like 20 years. Let that ride for 20 years. He's no longer a Green Lantern villain. But on the flip side of that, as far as like heroes turned villainous, that one's tougher. However, I would like to see a character like I'd like to see a character like Professor X just lean into being a bad person. Like kind of like how we got like Beast being Evil Beast. I'd like to see Professor X just go back to just go to being evil Professor X. I think that would work for him.
That's a different conversation. No. I'm not trying to be here any longer than normal. Real easy. One villain to take over the mantle of a hero. Doom and the Iron Man. One hero taking the mantle of a villain. Mr. Reed Richards himself turned into Doom. Easy.
That is a fair one. It's
cheating, but it's easy.
That is fair. Urban Prison Strong Style says, greetings, Blerd Carter. Should Tiamat serve as the MCU version of Krakoa? Y'all have a great day. And also, Wolverine Logan needs to smile more. Yes, he does. He should smile more. He has a very pretty smile. He should let the world see it. But no, I wouldn't do that with Tiamat, though. I have heard rumor that Tiamat in the MCU is going to be the source of adamantium in the MCU. I don't know how true that is. It's something I heard in passing. It could very well be much ado about nothing. But if it did turn out to be true, I would not be shocked by it. The thing with Tiamat is that I believe Captain America 4 is supposed to actually address it's either Captain America 4 or the Thunderbolts. One of the two is going to actually address the existence of Tiamat from Eternals. And supposedly that's where it all goes down, but I have no idea. Let's get into our questions from the chat. Which, by the way, we actually have... Here we go. We also got a 1999 super chat from Nerd Large. Says, is Blerd Koa feeling better about the Blade MCU movie with the casting of Mia Goth and production starting this summer? The director change, rewriting, and pre-production issues rumors have me worried. I feel like it's coming together. I honestly don't know what was happening with that movie. I honestly don't think the things that people think were happening were even actually happening, but maybe just there were some scheduling issues. That said, as far as the whole Mia Goth thing goes, I was actually surprised about it. We were actually going to talk about it as a topic on the show, but I was like, I don't know. I like Mia Goth as an actress. I don't know who she would play. I honestly just draw the assumption that she is playing a vampire. of some sort. That's my best guess with that. But that said, yeah, I don't know, Carter. What do you think? What do you think about this? How'd you feel about Mia Goth, old Pearl, getting coming to Blade?
This is the first I've heard of it, and she gonna act the hell out of it.
Yeah, 100%.
Her as because I've just finished watching the Infinity Pool with her in it, and
yeah. How was that?
Wild. It was pretty wild.
Okay.
Fucked up. It's fucked. Yeah, it's fucked. If you think about that premise, make it. We'll talk about it after the show.
Yeah.
But like her acting in that it was on the level. It wasn't on the level of like not even X. What was the sequel? Fucking
Pearl.
Thank you.
Yeah,
That's what I pictured with her acting in that, and it's just seeing that as like a villainous kind of vampire. That'd be dope to see. It's gonna be, you ain't gonna forget it. So
no, 100%.
I think a lot more people are gonna be talking about Blade now. If they weren't already, because of Mahershala taking over the mantle from Wesley Snipes.
Yeah.
There's going to be a scene with her in it that people are gonna be talking about for a minute.
Excuse me. Yes. No, 100%. 100%. I 100% agree. We also got, I have an idea with the $4.99 says, how will you scale Nightcrawler amongst current Spider-Man? Which Spider-Man rogue is going to run Kurt's fade? That is a good question. Honestly, I think, like I said, we haven't seen yet, but I feel like Kurt is going to be the most unique of Spider-Man. Like, I feel like Kurt is going to be as different a Spider-Man, at least in terms of just how he does things, as Spider-Man is from Spider-Woman, because Spider-Woman doesn't have the same powers exactly that Spider-Man has. Like, hell, she can fly. And she has bio beams no different than Miles Morales in a lot of respects. But I feel like Kurt is going to bring something different. As far as like where I would place him, I mean, honestly, depending on how good this first issue is, especially with how affable he normally is, I feel like he would fit in right next to Peter Parker and Miles Morales. As far as what villain I think would run his fade, a typical Spider-Man. I'm not gonna think about villains that Spider-Man deals with that everyone else deals with too. I'm trying to think of like specific ones. But you know what? I tell you one that I think would actually give him a run for his money, and that's Kraven. I think Kraven the Hunter might give him a run for his money, just because Kraven doesn't seem phased by mutants, especially this new version of Kraven, like the clone Kraven. He don't seem to care. But once again, I could be wrong. Carter, what do you think?
This is a bad question. I don't want to answer this question because my mind keeps going to Marvel Snap.
Well, you thinking about Spider-Man coming out and blocking you from playing that card on that next turn?
No, I was thinking of Dr. Octopus, like fighting Kurt and then just snatching like 4 motherfuckers over their toe.
Dude,
that's what I was thinking about.
Can I tell you how many times that's backfired on people using that against me? I
feel like that card backfires on everybody.
I mean,
it should. When I saw what it does, I thought
the best time to play it is when that lane is already full. But like sometimes you can actually fuck up somebody's play. But like I remember I did it one time, or rather someone did it to me, and they pulled an Infinite, they pulled a Shang-Chi, they pulled all kind of bullshit. I think in a Blue Marvel, and I think maybe a Kazar, but Ultron, and I still wound up winning. But let's see here. We got another one here. Black Century King with the $5 says the only good character from Stripperella was Cheapo. He could only afford one gun because bullets were expensive.
I remember Cheapo.
Oh my god. Y'all are too much. Pop culture guy with 3,000 with the 199 says Mouse Ashley Graham is the cutest Resident Evil related meme. I haven't seen that one, but Ashley is definitely less annoying in the game than she originally was. That's something I forgot to mention. But I will say this. If you watch the video that Video Game Donkey did, yeah, she is still pretty fucking annoying. Nowhere near as bad as before, though. Like, her getting picked up and snatched by enemies doesn't happen that often with me because they added a mechanic to the game where you can dictate how far away Ashley is from you. So, like, if you click R3, she'll either stay right up on you or she'll stay far back from you. Like, I think in the time I've been playing it, she's only gotten snatched away from me one time. And that was a mistake on my part. Because without going too deep into it, I was trying to, like, shoot some shit from, like, far away and also fight one of those regenerators at the same time. And I got caught up in the regenerator too much. And it was one of those deals where she's holding down a lever for you that keeps a gateway up. And because she got snatched, I couldn't catch up to the guy and like the way he went, I couldn't shoot him. Not without hitting her. Because if you shoot her, she dead. So that's the only time that happened. And it was fine. Let's see here. Going back because I'm getting these super chats first. We got Randy Birdseye with the $2. As I heard, she's playing Drax's daughter.
Okay.
Talking about Mia Goth. I could see that. Honestly, I would like to see Dracula in the MCU and done infinitely better than he was in Blade Trinity. Good God. If that is the case, I would sign off on it. Scott Fitzgerald with the $5 says, salute brothers. Thoughts on the rumors of Matthew Vaughn directing an adaptation of The Authority in Gunn's DCU? Ooh, Matthew Vaughn.
That would be dope.
I think Matthew Vaughn would be one of the few people who could actually do it and do it right. I feel like he could do it and do it in a way that I'll be the first one to say it. I don't think he's going to do it like shot for shot, word for word. Like, he won't make it like exactly The Authority from the comics. It won't be like 100% Authority from comics. And I can say that confidently just based on what he did with Kick-Ass. I feel like he would take the better parts of it. And I think I feel like he would take the better parts of it and make it work. If that makes any sense.
It would be dope to see. I mean, hell, he turned Kingsman to got OG Bond move stuff.
Yeah.
So
Kingsman is actually
an Authority from him would be pretty gangster.
Oh yeah. Like, I will say this, my mileage with the second Kingsman movie was kind of I liked the first one and I liked the third one. But
is the third, the Kingsman.
The Kingsman. Oh yeah, the Kingsman.
That's the third one, right?
Yeah, that's the third one. That's the third one. I like that
movie.
one. I liked it. I liked it. I mean, I will admit, it's not as irreverent as the first two. Mm-hmm. It's a little bit more serious, but at the same time, it's a prequel. So surprise. Yeah. But I like everybody in it. I like everybody in it. It was very good. I know some people were kind of down on it, but I liked it. And also, I will definitely say, if his work on, Kingsman, X-Men First Class, also very good. So yeah, I think he could do it. I think he could do it and do it well. Let's get into, because we got some more questions here. I want to go back and catch them before I lose them. Let's see here. I probably did, but we'll just have to. Here we go. There is one I remember that Bill put up. I don't have it in front of me, but I remember the question. What do I think about the other titles that were announced, the other Fall of X titles? Children of the Vault, Alpha Flight. Alpha Flight, I don't think anything of because I've never been a fan of Alpha Flight. I think it's interesting that I actually have the cover. I think I have the cover here. Yeah, I have the cover here. But I do think it's interesting how they did this deal where, what's the best way to put it? if you look on the cover, here, you can kind of see it where it's is that Snowbird? I think that's Snowbird. I don't remember. Shaman, Puck, and Guardian. But you also see in the background, you see North Star and Aurora. You also see Nemesis. And for those wondering, the guy on the right, that's Fang or Dakin or whatever you want to call him this week. This group is largely believed to be probably an anti-mutant team. I'm interested in that aspect of it and nothing else. The other one, Children of the Vault. This one is going to be Cable and Bishop taking on the titular Children of the Vault. That sounds kind of dope, but I'll, like I said, I'm. It's one of those deals where, yeah, I'm gonna read it. I'll read Alpha Flight too, but I'm going to wait and see what happens because, once again, not the hugest fan of Alpha Flight, the OG Alpha Flight. And when it comes to Bishop and Cable together, I'm more interested in that. But with everything that's happened recently in X-Men, I'm not really sure where that's going to go. Because I think it was Serafina on the front. I believe that's her name, if I remember right. Her and Forge had a very weird, interesting interaction the last time that she was in one of the comics, and I'm curious if they're going to play off that. Let's keep it going. Yes, and Jesse Smith, yes, you are a channel member. Says, my name is Green. Now, does that mean I got a membership? Yes, that does mean you got a membership. Let's see. Where is... I'm looking. Since Penguin is getting a solo film, which Superman villain should get their own solo movie? Oh, man, that was a good one. I'm not really sure because, I mean, the easy low-hanging fruit would be Lex Luthor, but I wouldn't do that. I mean, I would, but I mean, I would want to pick someone that just no one's familiar with. I don't know. I don't know who I would pick. I don't know. That's actually a pretty tough one. I'm actually very stumped by that one. Oh, you know what? There's a character on Lois and Superman and Lois. I forget the actor's name off the top of my head, but the guy Tyrese of Walking Dead. He's playing a black version of a character from the comics, whose name escapes me. I'll have to look it up. But let's see here. Oh, he's playing Bruno Mannheim. There you go. That would be one. That's I had to look it up. Because if I'm not mistaken, I believe Bruno Mannheim is... I think he's typically associated with Intergang. So yeah, that would be... You could kind of have a similar vibe, similar crime story vibe, but maybe just on a more international scale. That could be interesting. But that's all I got. Let's see here. What else we got? I'm looking. Here you go. Let's see here. Question says, where do you think CW went wrong with his DC comic show / Arrowverse? Do you foresee another network trying their hand at it? No. And they went wrong with trying to be too different. And trying to... They treated every superhero as though they didn't know how to do things by themselves. Like, everybody had to have a dude in the chair. Everyone had to have like a squad around them. It was like Smallville all over again. Oliver Queen has to have Felicity. Got to have, Diggle and so on and so forth. Flash has to have, Vibe and, Killer Frost and all these other people surround him. It's almost like they don't know how to do things by themselves. And I don't think any show is brave enough from the CW verse to do something like that. The closest you get is Black Lightning. And even then, he still had help. Yeah, which that one made more sense because like he has a family that gets involved. Though I will say Lynn pissed me off more often than not on that show. Let's see here. Do you know anything about copywriting creative work, specifically characters? Is it a complicated process? Not specifically. You just have to do it. It's just you have to go. You just have to know what to file. I tell you what I'll do. Here it is. There are a couple of links that I will put in the chat. They are safe links. And you can use these to get some information. I can't explain it in granular detail because it's something that I would need a law degree to explain. But those are all things that I've been looking at as of late. Wait, I had a question. Oh, there it is. Question: would people react differently to something like Agent of Booty if it was a manga instead of a comic? Probably. But I feel like people give manga and anime way more leeway than they give American comics. Because manga and anime is overrun with pedophilia and grooming. And nobody says shit. And I know some people get tight when I mention it. But yes, they sexualize teenage girls in anime and manga. Now, granted, the target audience for that a lot of the times is teenage boys. But there's a lot of grown-ass 30, 40-year-old men watching anime and reading manga. So take that how you will. What current writers from Marvel would put on a DC would you put on a DC character and vice versa? I would like to see Jeff Lemire get on something Marvel related. He does a lot of stuff for DC more often than not. Though technically now, I think he's actually exclusively an Image guy now. So technically that's not exactly a true statement. So I take that back. You know what? I would like to see Gail Simone's more of a DC person. I would like to see Gail Simone on Captain Marvel. And then as for like a typical like Marvel writer, I would like to see Jonathan Hickman on... I see Jonathan Hickman tackle the Justice League. There you go. You, Carter, you got one?
Since he's leaving Marvel anyway,
yeah,
I wouldn't mind.
Talking about Hickman?
No, Jason Aaron.
Oh, Jason Aaron. Gotcha. Jason Aaron, that is actually a very good one. Who would you get him? Who would you put him on though? Who'd you put him on?
I look at the few DC books I have.
Look, Wonder Woman. All right.
No, I wouldn't. I would.
I'd put him on Wonder Woman.
I wouldn't mind seeing him do a Guy Gardner book.
Okay. I think he would do a good one.
Just to do justice to that character, because that character, Guy Gardner's just a laugh. He is a punching bag. He is a literal punching bag right now. So, yeah.
You know what? In light of everything that we talked about with the Human Target,
yeah,
I wouldn't mind seeing Tom King. Take over like a spy book. Like do like if you took Tom King and put him on like Black Widow, like put him on a Black Widow book. Mm-hmm. I would like to see that. Actually, I wouldn't mind seeing him on a Daredevil book, for being brutally honest. But yeah, that's just me. Let's see here. Frantic World says, "Hey, Ernie and Carter, do you guys think that we will see any surprises in the Secret Invasion TV series? If anything, it'll be characters who are present. But I don't think it'll be anything like super duper mega crazy." Pop Culture says, "Do you see my question from earlier?" Yes, I did. Talk about your super chat. Pop Culture. Oh, here it is. There, I see what you're talking about. Blerd says, "Are you as sad as I am? Peter Parker is not likely going to reunite with his Spider-Man and the X-Men cast in Nightcrawler's Uncanny Spider-Man. A little bit, but just the promise of a Nightcrawler book where he is Spider-Man kind of makes me not care." That's yeah. Hey, Blerd, what's your opinion on Scott wanting to wipe out the Brood? I mean, I talked about it in my video a little bit.
I was gonna say, that's why I didn't answer that one. You felt like,
Yeah.
watch the nigga video.
Yeah, I mean, I put out a video. I mean, I will say this. I didn't really go in depth on how I felt about Scott's wanting to wipe them out. I probably should have, but I felt like it wasn't necessarily my place to say, because honestly, advocating for the genocide of an entire species just seems kind of weird to me. I don't necessarily like that aspect of it, but I totally get why Scott feels the way he felt. The Brood nearly killed his dad. Not to mention, he has literally just witnessed the Brood kill so many people, and he's witnessed the Brood kill people over the course of his time as an X-Man. So I totally get why he feels the way he feels about it. He watched them overrun Krakoa not that long ago. So I get why he feels that they should be destroyed, because they are an evil, malicious race as a whole. However, they do have outliers. But I do want to point out something. The only reason I would even entertain the notion of genocide against the Brood is because the only way that they're going to change, if they change, is because of Brew. Brew basically controlling them and making it so they making it so they work against their normal instincts. That's the only way that's going to happen. Now, there was a lot of wibbly wobbly, timey wimey shit going on Nowhere when they were doing all this stuff, because Nowhere, if I'm not mistaken, is still inside that black hole. A lot of time can pass. Maybe the next time we see the Brood, they are a more, like, remember the smart gremlin in Gremlins 2? When we see the Brood next time, they'll probably be just like that. They'll all act, think, and talk just like Brew. Maybe. We'll just have to wait and see on that one. It'll be weird. But it'll probably be a thing. The blue thing next to your name, that is an Infinity Stone. And that symbolizes your how many months you have been a channel member. Left a question about the new Ada Wong voice actors getting some anti-Asian hate for no reason. Honestly, I think the woman who played Ada Wong did fine. She was fine. Honestly, I don't know why people are upset. I know a lot of people were mad when the trailer for Resident Evil 4 came out, because a lot of people didn't know that Ada was Asian. I saw a lot of people like, oh, look at him, man. They're yellow washing Ada, man. This is bullshit. And like, I think what it was is because those people played the PlayStation 1 games, or maybe somehow they played the more recent ones and just didn't notice it. But her last name is Wong for a reason.
Don't get these stupid motherfuckers any kind of out. I'm so ready for this show to be over with now. That is unreal. Yeah, they are yellow.
They did say that. How do you guys feel about Cloak and Dagger series? The Cloak and Dagger series they did, and how do you guys feel about them bringing it back? If you guys would be for that, I like the Runaways better, but I like what they tried to do with Cloak and Dagger. I just don't think it got executed particularly well.
When I saw it was on Fox Family, I stopped caring.
Well, there is that. What did I miss? It says I missed something.
Or ABC Family, excuse me.
ABC Family? Yeah, it was on ABC Family. Well, Freeform. Yeah, that's what it's called now. Levester, I did actually miss it. I did miss that. Hold on. I don't know if I have a way to see super chats that I missed. I don't know if I have a way to see memberships that I missed. Here, I'm going back and looking. Recent member activity. Here we go.
I actually have to go, Ernie.
Oh, go ahead and eat business, sir. We're actually going to wrap up now.
I will see you lovely people next week. I am out of here.
Go handle your business.
Oh, don't ask Gearless Motor for money, you pricks.
That's fair. That is fair. All right, we're gonna let Carter roll out on that one. Let's see here. Let's see. I do not see it, Levester. I do not see it. Let me see. Can I make that do the thing it's supposed to do? Yeah, let's get rid of that. And let's go to live. Yeah. I didn't see the message. I can't go back and find it. It's a ways back. Somehow I must have missed it. Yeah, I missed it, Levester. Let's see here. Oh my God. There's a lot going on here right now. Hold on. Here we go. Where did I leave off? I forgot where I left off. I'm trying to actually refine my place. Here we go. Here's one from Brian Smith. Says, are there any comics that you were surprised haven't been turned into a series or movie yet? 2 for me are Nailbiter and Sex Criminals. Sex Criminals would be tough to do, but I could see like an Amazon or HBO doing it. Nailbiter is a very good one. Hack Slash. I'm shocked Hack Slash has not been made into a series. That one is a really good book, and yeah, I don't know why that hasn't been done yet. You'll see here. Let's see here. I'm going back and looking. Let's see here. Are you looking forward to the Street Fighter 6 live stream with Lil Wayne hosting? What big reveals are you looking forward to in the upcoming game? That'd probably be a better question for Carter. As for me, the only thing I care about is, because I don't really play a lot of other characters in Street Fighter. I'm pretty basic with Street Fighter. I play Ryu. I play Ken. I play Juri. Sagat. That's pretty much it. I don't really play anybody else on Street Fighter. So as long as any of those 4 characters are there, which it looks like they are, I am happy. I occasionally play Vega, but that's it. Oh, was asking about the Miles Spider-Man book, how he made that Okay, so I'm actually behind on Miles Morales. I'm actually behind by, I think, 2 issues on Miles Morales. Just busy. But I heard about the sword. I'm very curious to read it and see how it happened. But if I do, I'll make a video about it and we'll talk about it there. That I will promise you. Saga would be a good, Saga would be a good series that I could see. Edward Nigma says, do you watch Mandalorian? Giancarlo Esposito is killing it as Moff Gideon. Yes, I did watch the most recent episode of The Mandalorian. It was very good. I love what they're doing with Moff Gideon and showing the seeds of the First Order. I love what's happening there. And also kind of it's showing you kind of like the precursors to all the stuff that happened in the sequel trilogy, for better or worse. Take those how you want. There's a lot of things I love about the sequel trilogy. There's also a lot of things I don't like about the sequel trilogy, but I enjoy the movies for what they are. I don't really like the last one, Rise of Skywalker. Not overly fond of that movie. Both times I saw it, both in theaters and at home, I fell asleep. So take that as you will. Let's see here. I think that is a good enough place as any. I think that's a good enough place as any to call it. I think that is gonna be the show, y'all. Thank you all so much for chilling with me and Carter on the Blerd Cave. I actually didn't intend for the show to go that long, but you know, once we get into questions, it's usually where everything just kind of flies off the rails. I will say I'm actually seriously considering Carter's suggestion about how we handle questions going forward. But we'll address that at a later point. I feel like having them all in one nice, neat place is the best way to do it. But we'll address. I want to iron that out a little more before we do that, or before we double down on that. But that said, yeah. We're going to get out of here. I got a lot of irons in the fire right now. Some of you that are curious about whether or not I was going to cover the, was it Icon versus Hardware book? That is a book, or not a book, but a video I am currently editing. I got a video coming out for Captain America Cold War. I think just dropped the video for Daredevil the other day. I also listened to y'all, and I am also working currently on a video for the Star Wars Darth Vader series. So we'll see how that goes too. That video is actually, it's not done. It's like a third of the way done. I got most of the early parts of the editing done on it. So y'all will see that very soon. But anyways, with that said, we're going to get out of here. I hope you all are having a wonderful, happy, lovely, safe rest of the weekend, and I want to thank everyone, all the channel members, all the people who gifted memberships, all the people who renewed their memberships, all the people who super chatted, people who regular chatted, and even the people who just lurked in the chat. Also want to shout out to my patrons, as well as all of our people in the Blerd Koa Discord, link in the description. And yeah, thank you so much for all your love, your support, in our journey towards the next 100 episodes of the Blerd Cave kicking off here, our journey to episode 300. And also, before you get out of here, make sure you don't forget to hit that like button. Make sure you click that share button, share us all over the internet. And if you're listening to this, on Spotify or iHeartRadio or, Apple, Google, wherever, make sure you don't forget to leave a rating for us. We really appreciate that. And that's all I really have. We will catch you all next time. And I think, as always, I would normally say, and Ezra Miller, you can go to hell, but no. This week, Webster Barnaby, you can go to hell.